Good Thursday, world. And welcome to another episode of Band Dog Talk with the Dog God. We are live, fellas. We are live. Big salute to Duro Ricio for that pole position. Close second is Young Ready Red. And we got Show Nuff. Who's the master? Show Nuff. In third, we got Nail Mac. Close in that fourth place. Big salute to all you guys. Much love and respect. Thank you guys for showing up, being consistent to the classroom. You know what I mean? No entertainment over here. You know what I mean? This is classroom time. This is where we learn. This is how we become top tier dogmen, high performance dogmen engineers. You know, that's the stamp that I want to leave as far as me being an influencer in the dog game. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to say that I was able to inspire other young, mature, however old you are, dog men and women to just step their game up when it comes to high performance dogs, man, and really think of it like how, you know, top tier car brands, top tier racing brands, engineer their high performance vehicles, whether it be boats, motorcycles, whatever, any type of high performance jets, any type of high performance anything. I want us to be like those type engineers when it comes to these dogs. That's what I want to leave behind once I retire, let's say, out of the dogs, man. You know, I just hopefully, you know, will be able to carry, you know, have other dogmen and women carry that type of line, you know, that type of vision, that type of inspiration, them type of dogs behind, so that we can keep elevating this shit, man. You know what I mean? That's my, you know, that's my mission at the end of the day, to say I did something in the dog game. Other than that, you know, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing as far as cooking up these doggies. Cooper. Cooper. What's good with you, family? What do you, Coop, I don't know how you type in your stuff. I don't know if it's autocorrect, man, but man, you gotta, you know, make sure before you hit enter, Coop, check and see what is typing up first, because it's hard for me to understand your questions, man. But big salute, man. Carolina Blue. What's up with your family? Big salute to you, man. So before we get into what we get into, before I talk about my week, man, get y'all's herbal sensations ready to go. You know what I mean? You got your backwoods, you know what I mean? What you got, man? You got your Fonto leaves, you got your Swisher sweets, what you got, man? Your paper planes, your bongs, you got your dabs, whatever you do with that herbal sensation, go ahead and get that shit ready to go. Get that shit loaded up, ready to go, man. Go ahead and light that shit. You got your brewskis, your Budweisers, your Bud Lights, man, your Heinekens, you know, all them different brewskis, Coors Light, you know what I mean? Your OEs, if you want to do your malt liquors, Cobra, all that shit, man. Get that cold brewski out there, man, and go ahead and pop that shit. You know what I mean? You got your shots, man. You got your Jose Cuervo. What you got, man? Your Hennessy. What you got, man? Anything you got, man? Get that shot ready if that's what you do. You already know what the coach operate on, man. I keep it KISS method over here, man. I got that vodka lemonade. Big salute to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. Cheers. Man, you need that after a long day of work, bro. Man, you need that, man. You need that. Um, man, this week, good week. Any week with these type of dogs that I deal with without any type of, you know, major confrontation, because there's always confrontation in my camp, especially in my pack division, right? Now, with my type of dogs, I can only keep two to a pack. We've already talked about those pack dynamics. I can only keep two to a pack. Right now I have no male packs. Okay. So I have female packs, two to a pack. Actually, I got three to a pack right now. I don't know how long that lasts. I had one female 3-pack last for about 2.5 years, and then eventually it faded out to a 2-pack. But I'm you know, my younger generation ones that I got off of Goat and Little Mama. Not little mama, goat and black mama. I'm sorry. They over there, feeling themselves. They getting older and shit. They over there feeling themselves, and I'm starting to see that performance come out in them. That drive come out. And they over there checking each other. Some of them is checking each other through the kennel. Through the actual kennel. Fence. Through the fencing or whatever. They doing that to each other. So I'm getting a little bit of that going on, but that's not nothing that I can't manage and I can't correct. Um, so I'm starting to see, them mature and them start to feel themselves and them try to compete. And they be getting down. You know what I mean? Thank God that I'm the referee. You know what I mean? As soon as I blow that whistle, you already know what that whistle is, y'all. I ain't got to say it here. You know what I mean? But y'all know, as soon as I blow that whistle, man, that shit break up, man. I'm like Herb Dean, man. You know what I mean? With the UFC. You know what I mean? As soon as I come in between, you know what I'm saying? That all that fighting stop. You see what I'm saying? So other than that, solid week with the dogs. God is good. Man, the puppies are oh, them damn puppies I got, man. Oh my goodness, man. They're turning into dogs. You already know as they grow every day and every week it's a change, and you start to see personalities, and then you starting to see, you know, just you're starting to see the dog in them, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're starting to see your lab work manifest as the dogs mature and they develop. And, man, I am so impressed. I am so impressed, man. Shout out to Tigress, man. She did it again. You know what I mean? She's definitely going into the Hall of Fame. She's going into the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? And my Hall of Fame is I got like a shrine of all my top tier dogs. Okay, instead of burying them on my property at the pet cemetery, okay, instead of burying them at the pet cemetery, man, they get cremated and they get put in the Hall of Fame. They get a nice little box, their name on it, everything. They get put into the Hall of Fame, man, the crematory Hall of Fame, where all the ashes lay, and they just sit up there as a reminder. You know what I mean? It's almost, you know what I mean? It's like having your statue up there, at the NFL Hall of Fame, right? You know what I mean? We got the Formula One Canines Hall of Fame, man, and all my freaking legendary top tier type dogs get put there. You know what I'm saying? They don't get put in the pet cemetery. See what I'm saying? So she's definitely getting put in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tigress, man. That bitch. And like I've told y'all, I'm sure I've told y'all about Tigress versus my girl Big Bertha. How I just picked up Tigress, but just based off of her DNA, because I'm a DNA freak guy. I gotta have top tier DNA, but I wasn't about Tigress's looks as a puppy. It was about the DNA, and I just picked her up from there. But between the two half sisters, Big Bertha and Tigress, Big Bertha was my favorite. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Big Bertha. She didn't make it. She didn't pass the performance test. The bitch blew up. Okay, had a heat stroke. Looked amazing, but couldn't pass the performance test. However, Tigress, that bitch right there. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Tigress, man. You know what I mean? Real pit bull in a bulldog body. That's who she really is. But what she really brings to the table that puts her in the Hall of Fame is what she be producing, man. What she produces she killing them. She killing them. So shout out to Tigress, man. But, them puppies, man, they looking real good, y'all. They're looking real good. Shout out to Red Tiger, bringing them back. So that breeding combination so far is showing me something. Still got some more developing to do, you know what I mean, as they grow older. But as soon as I open the little door to where they at, man, ooh, them little bastards is little meanies, man. Boy, they be getting, man. I'm like, damn. But I already know it. So, they're acting just like I drew them up in my lab, No, you know what I mean? Me as the top tier engineer that I am, you know what I mean? Of course they're gonna be doing that shit. That's what I put in them. You know what I'm saying? Remember we talked about Red Tiger with his non-on off switch. Of course them dolls is gonna be live and ready to go. Early bird. You know what I'm saying? Out the womb, acting, you know what I'm saying? Acting like I drew them up in the lab. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to doing my show and tell as they develop into dogs. And God willing, man, I'll get the response that I'm expecting. Um, and yeah, man, they'll go to great homes, and that will motivate me to cook up these other next level dogs that we've talked about. Yada yada I mean, yada yada I mean, yes, yada I mean. So good week. God is good. Very thankful. Dogs are, puppies are growing up. Everybody's still alive. What I mean? Been on that transitioning of, you know, food because Tigress is already tired of them damn dogs. So been, getting them into that transitional period for the past week. So, it's been like a slow process for them. But now they're kind of understanding like, yo, let's, what I mean, this food over here is good. You know what I'm saying? Let's eat this shit. So we know we getting more interaction with, what I mean, the food that, my wife got for them and shit like that. So, I'm looking forward to them fully transitioning and understanding like this is our food. You know what I'm saying? Because Tigers is already done with the motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? I can already tell. And I want them to go ahead and transition, to the food ASAP. So hopefully by the end of this week, they'll be fully, indoctrinated to, hey, this is chow. This is chow. You know what I mean? Yeah, mom is like extra credit, but this is chow because they still kind of in between. Like, what I mean? Someone would be acting kind of picky, like, I'd rather have the titty. Like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, you better transition. So, this ain't my first rodeo, as y'all already know. So I already got the dogs in that transitional period, etc. So hopefully by the end of this week, the puppies will be fully transitioned into the food, and this mom is a snack. And then, I can go ahead and take Tigress out of there because she done with them motherfuckers straight up and down. She ain't one of them, she's never been that type of dog. I mean, she's a good mother, but probably after 3 weeks, she like, man, fuck these puppies. I mean, that's just her energy. You know what I mean? She ain't, she just that type of dog. So God is good. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? God is good. I'm excited about what I produced, and whoever gets a piece of this blood, that red tiger. So many people have been waiting on it. So many people have been fiending for it for years. Just what I mean? I need to see that manifest itself. Because I had a lot of people in there feeling sad when I only was able to have Red Tiger Jr. When I was only able to have one, it was Red Tiger Jr. So many people was upset and they feeling like, damn, coach, I really wanted one. I really wanted one. Okay, sounds good. That should sound good. Now, shit. Come on, man. I got that. You know what I mean? Coach been waiting patiently for it too. You know what I mean? Coach didn't breathe for the whole 2024. I held back. I wasn't going to whore my shit out. You know what I mean? Shout out to the ones that got a good deal on that, on the 2023 version of the dogs that I had. Shout out to them though. They got a great deal. Y'all know who y'all are. You know what I'm saying? The ones I blessed. You know what I mean? Y'all got some good, good DNA, man, for a blessing. So shout out to y'all. But from here on out, man, we got to get what we worth, man. Shit. Ain't too many people know how to cook them up like me, huh? That's a fact. So without further ado, man, we're going to drop the link. If you are qualified, that means you've been showing up in the chat. We know you're not a part of the, disruption, the confusion that the devil, causes, the devil spirit, right? The satanic spirit puts in people that want to come up and cause chaos and confusion and negativity. We see that you're not a part of that satanic spirit. You can come up on the panel. If not, then, continue showing, yourself approved in the chat. You feel me? But if you qualified, come up. You know what I'm saying? The link is up and we can talk the talk. So I'm going to drop this link and we're going to get into the topic at hand. You know what I mean? At the topic at hand. Salute to all the students of the classroom. Okay? Because that's what we about, man. We about learning something over here, man. Ain't no entertainment over here. We trying to be top tier dog man engineers, dog women engineers. That's all. That's what we trying to be over here. Shit, fuck the entertainment. Go see Dave Chappelle or go see a comedy show if you want entertainment. But if you want some classroom, you know what I mean? Some PhD type dog man talk, then you come over here for that. You know what I mean? We real scientists when we come. Hey, when it comes to these high performance working dogs, we scientists, top tier engineers. You know what I mean? That's our passion. That's what we get excited about. You know what I mean? All that entertainment shit, man. Like I said, man, we go watch a comedy show for that. This ain't comedy over here. You feel me? So, man, hit that link if you qualify. Cheers. Hit that link if you qualify. Duro.
What up, coach?
What's good with you, Duro?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm good. How you today, man?
Man, how we always started off, man. The Most High is good. Just very grateful for my relationship with the Most High, being
Yes,
able,
sir.
you know, persevere through the blood, sweat, and tears, though, Duro.
Yes,
To be
sir.
able to persevere through the blood, sweat, and tears is when you alone in that trench warfare, and all you have is your relationship with the Almighty, man. Oh, it just makes you so grateful, man. So, you know what I mean? I can't complain, Duro. And even if I did
Sir.
complain, I mean, real talk, like who? I mean, shit, everybody got issues.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. What
I'm
up,
ready.
everybody?
What
What's
up,
good?
ready?
Yeah, man. Ready to cook up with the coach,
Oh, yes, sir. And you know I'm
my
about to play the
brothers.
background. Hey, y'all know I'm about to play the background. I want to learn from y'all niggas because I know y'all niggas, first and foremost, excuse my language, y'all. I'm working on my language. I want to be like Coach Prime. Hey, listen to me, y'all. I want to be like Coach Prime, and I want to hold my tongue when it comes to profanity, and I want to say bull junk, and I want to be able to just tame my tongue. So I'm working on that, you guys. So please forgive me if I do slip up and say some, you know, hardcore words. But yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I want to sit back on this topic because this is something that you, young Ready Red, you kind of was, hipped us to the chat to myself to the
Right.
different variances of the breeds that are out here. And like I said, I know y'all stay cooking on our little dog line, our dog, our dog chat that we got. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I hear y'all cooking every day. So my shit be bing, 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 bing. I'm like, yeah, they cooking over there. Shit, them niggas is cooking. So, with that being said, the topic at hand, right? Why do most dog breeds have multiple variations of its breed type? And, you know, we need to elaborate on that. So, whoever want to kick that off, I just want to, I just want to sit back in the classroom and learn, you know what I mean? Because you hit me up to something like, okay, I didn't know there was that many variances to this particular breed and that many variances to that particular breed. And I know that y'all are really into dogs in general, but y'all breaking down everything when it comes to the dogs. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the community because I see y'all doing that. But go ahead
Right.
and want to speak on the topic if y'all can.
Go ahead, ready.
Yeah. So what I'm basically what I'm seeing is the different variant types to like the with the Doberman Pinscher, for instance. Uh, it has different uses
Yep.
for these types. Some
Mm-hmm.
of them are to go into holes to catch badgers. Some of them do the sheep herding. Some of them are for just guarding purposes. You could use them for the police work. You could use them for performance. Um yeah, even hunting purposes. And they come in different sizes, I guess, for the various tasks that they have to uphold. And I'm I'm looking at something right now actually that's showing me 16 Saint Bernard lookalikes. And
Elaborate. Like, what do you like?
They
What I mean,
basic they basically look like basically the same colors and the same heights, but they don't look like they all do the same tasks. Like some look like they're more like that large guard dog for sheep to kill the wolves and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like they probably put like the Saint Bernard was like the base, and then they went and got like land seer racers. Like
so so young ready. What is the purpose of a Saint Bernard? Salute, Tony.
the old purpose was to find people that was stuck in the snow.
Okay. And then those variances that you've like found.
They're not for that. They're not doing none of that.
Okay.
They're more like aggressive. They
So
made
more
them
like
they
more like
made them more aggressive.
like more used like for the like how the Tibetan Mastiff, because that's a big dog like the Tibetan Mastiff.
More
Those,
like almost like the what I'm gonna say, like you heard of the Kuvas?
no, sir.
That's also another dog from Russia, like the Central Asian Ovcharka or the Central Asian Shepherd. They basically all do the same type of work.
Okay.
They keep the wolves away from the sheep.
So like a Kangal.
Yeah. They all do like that same type of work. The Kangal. The Shepherd, the Asian Ovcharka, yeah. The Malakli, which is
Wow.
all variances of the Kangal.
Yeah, true. Very true. So let me ask you this. Why do you think that, I mean, we already kind of know the answers, but just for the chat, because I mean, I have an idea why, but like, why would let's say a dog man buy a dog and then say, okay, based off of this, let's say for example that Saint Bernard, they buy a Saint Bernard, then they say, okay, yeah, we out here in the snow. That's good to be able to play, rescue, rescue 911 with it. However, that's not necessarily what I need it for.
Right.
So why do you think what makes that particular dog man decide, hey, let me spice it up with a variant? You know what I mean? Like, why do you think?
Because the Saint Bernard also had the English Mastiff in it. So they
Um,
probably want that mass, that extra height, thickness. And I think there's also other variations of the Saint Bernard that's aggressive too. Not that they don't just do that.
like Cujo?
Yeah, but Cujo was had rabies.
Yeah, but he was yeah, true. That's true. That's true. That was his reason why he was aggressive. You're right.
But there's like the short coat version of the Saint Bernard is aggressive.
Oh, there's multiple coats.
Yep.
Oh, that's another variance. No, now why would they make a short coat version? If the breed type was for rescue in the snow, what is the purpose of a short coat version, in your opinion?
I
Or if they
think that was the guard version.
okay.
It looked more mastiff. Like it had more mastiff in it.
So do you think that, like, why okay, so why wouldn't the person, and this is just our opinion, right? This is your opinion. Why wouldn't the reader just go get him a mastiff if he wanted that guardian? Like, why would they just take him? Like, what would they want in that Saint Bernard? Are they still wanting, in your opinion, we can't think for them, but in your opinion, are they still wanting that Rescue 911 Snow Patrol still? Like, why would they not just go with a mastiff for that guardian type?
Maybe they wanted both aspects of it. Maybe they wanted that coat,
Right, right. Okay, right,
that hybrid vigor that the Saint
right.
Bernard's gonna bring.
That's right. That's right. That's a great answer. That's a great answer because that's how I would see it. You know what I mean? Like, if I was a person that owned me a Saint Bernard and I saw what that Saint Bernard did based off of his breed type, and I liked it, but I was like, what if I still like that, but what if I added this? So you're right about that. That's a good answer.
But it's not a performance, dog. Like a performance type. Like what we messing with.
Correct. Which will require us to do what causes these type of variances that we see today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like how you said, the short coat. I didn't know that they had a short coat Saint Bernard. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know these variances and why they do what they do. You know what I mean? So that's why tonight's discussion is great. Duro, you back?
I'm back, coach. You know the devil never want me up here, man. Like I'll be up here, kick me off.
You know how Satan do, man. You already know
Yeah.
how.
He
But
got
we
trickery.
rebuke Satan. It's all good, man. Duro, go ahead and add to this, man, because man, Young Ready cooking.
Yeah, Young Ready is cooking. Ready, man. This I gotta say, man. First of all, before I even start, I want to say this, yo. This is episode 70 of Talk
70.
with Dog God. You understand? And we've been cooking these last couple of months, y'all. We've been doing what
Right.
we doing. It's more people coming up, coming in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So it's only a matter of time, man. With our consistency, with coach consistency, it's only a matter of time that we get what we want. So I just wanted to salute everybody, give everybody their flowers, man.
Yes,
Everybody in the chat, coach, ready,
yes.
Corey, Big Jai, everybody, you know you are. You know what I mean? And so yeah, man, you know. But I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really know um about you know, different breeds within, the dog. I just thought, like, for instance, like I thought the American Bulldog was the American Bulldog, right? I didn't
Yep.
know you had, Scott, Johnson, Painter's Blood. I didn't know all that, right? So it's like, um, when like I've learned that from my dog Dice. You know what I mean? Like she was an Amstaff, but she had American Bulldog Painter's Blood in her, right? So the
Mhm.
thing is, it's like when you think about it, the reason why her breeder did that Amstaff American Bulldog Painter cross was for the simple fact of that drive, but it gave the Amstaff more muscle. So if you look at my girl Dice, she had a big chest. You know what I
Oh,
mean? She had a huge chest, like she was built like that. And so it's like, that's the reason why they put a little bit more of that muscle and that, and that excuse me, and that big chest on the am staff. So it's all about what you want, what you're looking for, what you're looking to get. So that's why it's different. And I think that's why it's different variants of, different breeds and different dogs because, what you get from the Johnson, you might not get, from the Scott.
Right.
They might have more of a snub nose and you might not want to go that route. You might want to go more painter. You might want to go more, more Johnson because of the longer nose. So you might not want to go snub nose, because of it's all in what you want, what you're looking for when you're doing these cookups. So if you just looking for a pet, you're just looking for a bulldog that maybe, can work, but, may not, be in the heat all day, then you might go with that blood. But if you want a dog that can work, that can turn up, you know what I'm saying, you might go, with the Johnson, I'm saying, with the Scott. So it depends on what you want, and that's why it's different, different variants of the dog breeds because you never know. And then also like when you was talking about like the Mastiff and the what's that dog? What's that big dog you was talking about?
Saint Bernard.
Saint Bernard. So you know what I'm saying, like something like that, it's like what you were saying, which was very true. Like it's like, you might want that Mastiff, but you might want that thing that the Saint Bernard do bring. It's all in what you're looking for. So you're saying to yourself, man, I want a gentle, Mastiff. Like you might use the Saint Bernard, even though some Saint Bernards get busy. So what I mean, it's like it's all in preference. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when we talk about cars, like how we talk about cars in Formula One K9s, being modeled after luxury cars. It's kind of
Right.
like that. Like some people might prefer the Lexus, but some people might prefer the Honda. You understand? So
Right.
it's like it's all in what you're trying to do and what you're trying to have, and that's why I think.
That's dead on. You know what I mean? Like that's dead on, man. Go ahead, young Reddy. I'm in the classroom, man. Go ahead, young Reddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting back and learning from y'all. Man, go ahead and carry this.
That's
You know what
like probably why there's all these different thousand variances of wolf dogs. You ever wondered about that? Like why there's all these variances of different wolf dogs?
What do you
Right.
now? Hold on. Are you talking about the wolves in the wild or man-made
No,
wolves?
the man-made ones. But
Okay.
the ones that they're trying to make from the wild, but they want them in their homes, like the delicate version, the nice version, or the semi-nice. They can't be nice because they still got the wolf in them. But
Oh,
they got this joint called the Sarloose wolf dog, the Czechoslovakian wolf dog. I guess thereby every country has their own version of this wolf dog.
so F1, like an F1 type breeding wolf dog.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too close.
Okay, so they watered it down some.
So yeah, so they got F3s and
Okay,
so on.
okay.
And they making them like they almost kind of look like German Shepherd, but with wolf coat.
So what would you say the percentage of wolf versus whatever they diluted it with? What would you say that their wolf dog? What's the percentage of wolf in your opinion?
Depending on which wolf type that they use.
Now, what do you mean by wolf type? No, I'm in the classroom. I'm gonna ask you questions.
All right, where they use the male wolf as the breeder and the female as the dog, like the dog body.
Okay.
So when they did that, they got most of the features from the wolf played out on that dog's body.
Okay.
And that's the I would say the Czechoslovakian wolf dog. It looks like a wolf, like a pure wolf.
But it's like smaller, or
Nah,
does it,
it's
or is it
tall.
same?
It's tall. It looked like a gray wolf, but maybe the nose is a little smaller, like a little slimmer.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. So let me ask you this: what do you think their purpose is to do that? Because the wolf is very independent. What do you think? And I'm asking your opinion. Like, what do you think? And I said your opinion is valuable. So you ain't gotta be direct on. Just like, what do you think based off what you observed and what they're doing? Like, what is their reasoning behind the cook up making these wolf hybrids? Being that, let's say, like I said, the wolf is a very independent animal. As far as humans is concerned, of course, it's not independent when it comes to the pack.
Right.
But as far as humans, they don't need humans to survive. They're not domesticated. They live like any other wild animal live. They live free. But what is the purpose? What do you think the purpose is for these people like the Czechoslovakians or whoever else, all these different countries doing these wolf dogs. Why do you think they're infusing these wolves in their dogs?
I think it's for the war. When I first saw the Czechoslovakian, it was people in the army that had it, like their army. All of them, all the soldiers had those types of dogs, and they were training them, and all of them were very smart, highly trainable, highly sociable.
The F3s.
The F3s,
Okay.
the F1s, they ain't even show you those.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Because that to me, an F1 with that close of the wolf, that's gonna be a hard one to train.
Exactly. That's too wild.
So they gotta water that down some. They gotta, you know what I mean, water that down. That's like you said, that's too wild, that's too pure. You know what I mean?
I
So
joined still be in the zoo, like in the zoo.
man, shit. Yeah, exactly. That gotta be in a cage. You know what I mean? So you saying there's multiple versions of the wolf dog? Like
Yes,
you're noticing this, you're seeing this?
yes. I'm actually looking at a picture of it right now on my YouTube.
That's wild.
And the saw loose, it looks like a wolf, like, but the body of it is like in the Siberian husky body, but it looked like a pure wolf.
Huh. So the Siberian Husky is like what? More furrier? Like like
It's
like
not big either. Like the
No, it's
sub.
slimmer. It's like a little slimmer than the Malamute. The Malamute is the big joint.
oh, okay. Hmm. See, and me as a dog man engineer, I like shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yes,
see why you and all of us, I'm sure all of us here, we like dogs and we're curious about how they're made, but like breaking down the whys and the whats and the wins and all these things when it comes to these dogs and the vision of these dog men and dog women who do these type of things that are outside the box and they create these dynamic type dogs. It's like that shit intrigues me. You know what I mean? So that's why I like, that's why I'm grateful that we having this conversation because I can sit back and learn something, man. So hey, carry on. You know what I mean? Daryl, you want to jump in? Whatever, man. Carry on. I'm just sitting here with my pencil, pen, and pad, taking notes, man.
right here. I see another joint called the Calupo, Mexican wolf dog.
What? You gotta
Well,
explain.
I don't
Explain.
want to turn it on because it's a video, but I don't want to like mess up our video. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to like cause conflict.
Well, just explain as much as you can explain. Based off
But
of what you
this
see.
joint, I from looks, it's jet black. It don't look really much like a wolf to me. Maybe like the ears and the eyes. The rest of it look like a black German Shepherd. But
Is it
so
tall like a wolf?
it's laying the picture I see, they're laying down
Oh, okay.
with their head up. So they're probably used for like sheep because the picture look like they're in the field laying down, looking at sheep or something.
I always think it's important also, like that we have like it's kind of like coach a pioneer, behind the scenes doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He got the what I mean, the band dogs, the what I mean, the Draco line, the what I mean, like the 74s, all that.
Right.
And the thing is, it's like you need that because you're not gonna get everything in one breed. So I take for instance, it's like Coach. I can't remember because you got so many of them, but it's one dog that you had. It's like German Boxer, Mastiff, Pit Bull. Which dogs is that?
That's AR-15 and his sisters, Nina 9, all them. Silver
AR-15.
bullet.
AR-15. Yes, yes, sir. Thank you. So that's what I mean. So like, say ready. Say like, say, you know, me and you, like we was talking about. We want to get some blood from Coach, and we want to, we want to do something with Bane, right?
Right.
And that was already my plan. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting up here and I'm like, yo, man, if all of my brothers we could collaborate and make something crazy, you know what I'm saying, and do something that's never really been done before in the dog community. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in our community, but the actual dog community is something special, right? So say I say, yo, man, I say, how about we get something off of the AR, you know what I mean, 15, you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying, line, because, you know, he has, excuse me, he has, the hawk in his blood, which already got some mastiff in him. Yeah,
Right.
right. So we saying, okay, cool, we got that, and then we got the boxer. That the boxer throws some really great.
He don't. Hey, I gotta interrupt you. He doesn't
Yeah.
have the Hulk. He doesn't have the Hulk in his blood now. You know that.
No, Bane does.
No,
Bane
his
does.
dog.
I'm
Bang.
sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you meant AR-15. Go ahead.
No, sir. No, sir. Bane does.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
it's like this. It's like, so we say, okay, now we know the boxer is going to throw, those great traits that the boxer have, right?
Yep.
And when we got the mastiff, that's going through. Then we got that pit, we got that Amstaff, we got that bully for the, for the bulliness. And then you look at it, and then you see how them AR-15s is built, right? So we
Right.
sitting up there and we saying, okay, cool, man. So say we do this, we breed him with a girl off of AR-15. Then we say, coach say, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing pit bull, I'm doing those double XL pit bulls, AK to one of his daughters. And say we grab one of those. Now what we kept off the AR-15 bandos, say we throw that with the AK
Right.
daughter or son, right? And we say, okay, we do that, right? So look, think about it. So we got a double XL pit bull, and we got a AR-15 band dog, right? But look at the bloodline that's in them Jones. Like, look at every little thing that's connected to those dogs and mix it all up, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy right there.
A
So
lot of.
that's why, yes, sir. So that's why it's important to have like those different lines of breeds, because you're not gonna get every little thing from, what I'm saying, from just having, like a German Shepherd. All right, I got a
Right.
German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Even German
I
Shepherd
want.
is different German Shepherds, right?
Right.
So it's like, you might not get everything from this type of German Shepherd, but you might get a little bit of something from this German Shepherd, and you might get the size from this German Shepherd. So you might get the muscle from this German Shepherd. You might get the look that you want from this German Shepherd, and that's what it is. So, that's why I think it's important to have like that, those different variations of dogs, and you put it all together
So
and bring them together. I mean,
we don't make ourselves like stagnant, limited. We're gonna
Right.
be like unlimited. We'll be
exactly,
yeah.
exactly, because ain't no telling. I mean, that mix alone that I just said. I mean that's something we could do, but that mix alone, that sounds crazy to me, man. Ain't no
Hell
telling what we'll get. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I'm down, bro.
And you know what I love in the classroom, listening to y'all, is that this is how these breeds of the past that we all are tapped into, people buy into today, that's how they're made. How we're talking is how breeds are made, period. Right?
Right.
So, us going back to the essence of real true dogmen who didn't have outside influences affecting their thought process. This is why what we do is important today, because we're stepping outside the box. But like I always tell y'all, ain't nothing new under the sun. We're not doing nothing new.
Right.
Okay. The variances that you talking about, Young Ready, how they're doing this stuff, this is how breeds have been made since breeds were made. But you know what we're doing? We understand a little bit more because, over time, there's a lot of information left behind for us to study. And we study the game. Obviously, young lady, you study. Obviously, Duro, you study. I study. Okay, we understand that this is how it's done. So we use our talent and our imagination to cook, and don't let nobody come into the lab that we're into, because we're engineers. They don't belong in our lab. If you're not a top tier working dog, high performance working dog engineer, you don't belong in this class. You don't even qualify. It's like the Navy SEALs, right? If you don't even qualify, you're not even invited to the training. You're never going to even get an opportunity to go to the class, to the training. You see what I'm saying? If you're not even qualified. So what we're talking about is relevant, and that's how we're going to create these top tier dogs. Because just like what you said, Duro, you know what I mean? You're breaking it down how I thought of it when I was able to, learn about band dogs when I tapped into buff dogs. Didn't even know what a band dog was until they was talking about it, or until she broke it down what they was trying to do, and it coincided with what I was trying to do. Oh, okay. Well, damn, y'all did that. That's what y'all did. And I remember when I was doing my bulldogs, and I'm gonna yield the floor to y'all in a minute. I remember when I was doing my bulldogs, and I had Red Tiger, and I had shout out to Chris Moore. You know what I mean? With what's his kennel name, man? He's an oldie bulldog breeder or whatever. But anyway,
You talking about bull with the beard?
yes.
Yeah.
What's his? I forgot his kennel name, but anyway, shout out to him, Chris Moore. I remember he reached out to me about Red Tiger. That's when Red Tiger was alive, right? He was like, "Man, I want your boy Red Tiger, man. I want to breed to him. I got this program. I got this." He started telling me about who he is and how long he been into the dogs, and so being that he had a lot of history with dogs, and he knew what he was talking about, and he was a serious dog man. He was, willing to pay what I asked for Red Tiger. He knew where he came from. He knew about Jackie, knew about buff dogs, all the shit. He knew everything. So he knew what I had. He told me what I had was top tier. He was willing to pay for it. And I remember him telling me when I was asking him, like, hey, like, should I try to get him single registered as a bulldog? Because, the bulldog, because, I'm new to the whole bulldog type. I'm new to that. I just bought the DNA because I like the bulldog phenotype. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I remember him telling me when I was asking him all these questions, he's like, Coach, man, yeah, you can do all that, but bro, do you? He said, make your own shit. You know what I mean? You got so much shit over there, bro. Make your own shit. And from that point on, when he said that, I was like, you know what, you're right. Why am I trying to fit into the market? I'm a businessman, so I'm trying to slide in where I'm trying to get in where I fit in. But he told me today, like, bro, you got shit motherfuckers ain't got. Like, bro, I found you because you got something that nobody got. And I want that. You know what I'm saying? And he did tell me it was my fault too when I told him that Red Tiger died and shit. Because he wanted that, he wanted to breed to him and stuff. And I wasn't selling my 3 straws I had. Hell no. Right. He was like, Coach, it's your fault. He told me, that was your fault, right? And of course I didn't receive it because like, no, it's not. That ain't my fault. That's that idiot. But I mean, at the end of the day, it to a degree, I would say 50-50, it was my fault because maybe I should have put him in a space where he couldn't get excited. But you know what I mean? To me at that time, it's like, bro, if you ain't working on my yard, you worthless. That's how I saw it. You worthless, even though it hurt me. But it's like, bro, I make dogs and I condition dogs. If you can't handle my regiment and you die on your own, I didn't work you and you died. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But anyway, shout out to Chris Moore, you know what I'm saying? But goes back to what we're doing right now, what we talk about right now, which is why the different breeds have so many variations. This is why, because there's dog men and dog women who see dogs that probably need improvement.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to take another St. Bernard to another St. Bernard, a regular one. They might go ahead and infuse something different and they get something that's just like, wow, like if I didn't cook this way, I would have never got this.
The point of cooking is to make a better dog. I mean, you're not just cooking just to make the same dog. I mean, some people are, but I mean, if you really trying to do this right here and you really trying to take your kennel to the next level and not have kennel blindness, then you have to breed and you have to do it with the eye that says, How can I make him better? Whether it's his feet, whether it's his head, whether it's how long he is, whether it's how tall he is, whatever it is. If you're trying to shorten up that thing, if you're trying to put height to that thing, whatever it is, you have to have, a vision. And then, God can, what I'm saying, assist you with the rest, because, you might not get that. So if he does bless you with what you're trying to create, then boom, you right there, right? But we have to have an eye for it and say, this is what I'm trying to create to make him better or make her better,
Right.
and put that in there. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying, like what we doing. And one thing I learned from coach is the eye. So like, what I'm saying, like me thinking, like I wouldn't have never thought about that, to be honest with you, because before I start coming to the class, like I was thinking bulldog to bulldog breeding, right? So I wasn't really thinking about like, oh man, like he got a band dog that got this, that, and the third mixed in. I was never thinking about that. I would have never thought about that. The first thing I would have been like, yo, I'm only on the AK-47. I mean the AK-47 double XL. You know what I mean? Pit bull. That's the only breeding I'm interested in. Cause that's all I would have been like, yo, that's what's going to Bane. I ain't putting nothing else to Bane. But look, man, if I put one of those band dogs, you know what I'm saying, with Bane, and then put that freak of nature, to one of his daughters with Bane. I mean, bro. I mean, Bane is already a freak of nature, like just like AK. The boy can jump, like so. AK can jump. So you put that together, man. We got a bunch of Michael Jordans flying around. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be
Yeah.
like, yo, people that like working dogs, they're gonna want that right there. That's what
Right.
they're gonna want, man. You know what I'm saying? So like that's my vision, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm seeing. Like they don't got the blood that I got. You understand what I'm saying? Like so that boy got a lot in. He got Camelot, man. He got Gator. He got a lot of stuff in him. So it's a lot of stuff that I'm saying. I'm like, I see him and I'm like, yo, he remind me of that old school 1993, grand champion bloodline pit bull, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, like what's what I mean? That red nose, that's what he remind me of. So I'm like, yo, like, so I'm sitting back and I'm learning in the classroom and I'm saying to myself, well, he's great. I love my dog, man. How can I make him better? I got cheated on my girl Dice because that's why like I'm so hurt. I mean, regardless, I love my dog, but I lost her at 3. But
Mm.
imagine if I was able to do something with coach with her. You understand? And that painter's blood, that am staff, she has some legendary am staff AKC champions in her blood. So imagine like what I could have did with that. You understand?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? That's
Crazy.
the that's
Henry.
the vision. But now that I got the vision, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm saying, okay, man, this how we can work and make this better. And then you got something over there, ready. And then Corey got some blood. My man Bill Blue Line got some blood. You know what I mean? Rock Solid got some blood. You know what I mean? So we sitting up, we all looking to work together. Man, there we go. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think, man.
I'm on that same shit, bro. That same shit.
And honestly, fellas, like this is what makes being a dog man engineer fun. When we can just use our imaginations and use whatever we want as artists, right? To create a better dog, right? It's not all about the phenotype. Like we're not creating show dogs that you just prance around a rink and they gotta look a certain type of way. All of them gotta look the same. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I always give the example, the analogy of how car manufacturers or whoever or anything every year there's a new feature. If we're not doing that with our breedings, then we're not enhancing, we're not elevating, we're not progressing the dogs. If I'm breeding the same type every time, what am I doing to better the dog? I'm not doing shit. I'm just making, they all look like damn near the same. Great. That's not performance. That doesn't elevate to where it's like, okay, this dog's son broke his record in performance.
Right.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Not only that, though, we upgraded it as far as its phenotype to look better.
Right.
You know, like if I can create another version of AK but better, then I am who I am as a top tier dogman engineer. Period.
Yep. That's a win.
Okay, I made better than him. And that's how we should think. But the only way we do that, we got to get in our lab. I can't just keep inbreeding AK to his kids and kids and kids and kids and grandkids and think I'm going to make better than him. That ain't going to work. It doesn't work. But I digress, man. I'm sit back down.
Yeah, but that's facts though, coach, and that's what it's all about. And that's how we can take the next step, that we can kind of change the game. And that's what I'm looking for us to do. All my brothers. Like that's why I asked you guys, in corporation K9's page, I asked you guys, I said, who having breedings this year? And what you cooking? That's why I asked you guys that. I asked you ready, I asked Rock Solid, I asked Corey, you know what I'm saying? Like what you guys cooking up, because of the simple fact that, you know, we might sit back and say, look, Corey, Corey got this right here. You know what I'm saying? Already you got this right here coming up. You and Rock Solid, y'all both in NY. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So whatever he keep off of that, whatever you keep off of that, how about y'all run that together? That might be
Right.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's trying to make a better dog, instead of us, doing what everybody else do. Oh, I'm just taking this to this, and half of the time they just freestyle. And half of the time
Yeah.
they just breeding just to breed.
Yep.
It don't really make sense. It's not really gonna make either dog better. It's just something to sell for 1,000, 1,500, whatever they asking for. So, that's the thing about us. We, like Coach saying, like I said in the chat, we not making much. And we not making show dogs, but we all love that drive. We all love that performance, right? We take it back to that 1993 working dog, right? So
Yep.
if we take it back to that, and this is what we looking for, then listen, we looking at everything to make our programs better. We not really ousting nothing. We looking at it like we saying, okay, he got something over there. Oh, okay, she got something over there. Okay, maybe we can use that, man. Because that's how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Right.
like that's how I know, other guys, that's in our community is looking at it. And this is what I want us to continue to do, because I know for a fact we can do something great if we really stick to our plan and we really work towards getting what we really trying to get. We right there, man. I told y'all that last night.
Nah, that's a fact, man. We got
Yeah.
enough dudes in the camp to build a building, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm grateful and thankful to be a part of what we are all, our movement with these type of performance dogs, and our vision, because like I said, that's how we elevate the dog game. That's how we create dogs that are like, damn, what is that? Oh yeah, that's this shit. That's my own shit. You ain't never. Yo, where do I get to? Oh, you gonna get that from me? You know what I mean? Oh, you
Fact.
can only get that from my team, man. We done cooked up this. We done all the dogs that people wish they had. We got that in it. We got that in it. We got that. You know what I'm saying? Like that people their minds be blown.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Their minds be blown. And then not only that, it goes back to that genetic variation, because you got so many different types, and this is not a scatterbred plan. This is we want them different genetics in there so that we get those variations to pull in whichever way God decides to pull, because
Right.
you can have a mastiff type come out but have the performance of a pit bull.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you
Fact.
get a mastiff phenotype to perform like that? Well, you didn't cook it up like I cooked it up. You don't know
Right.
what I put in that mastiff.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's the point. And that's how we have to look at it. We have to look at it with a clear eye view. You never see the picture through a fool's eyes. So you got to look at it and you got to say, okay, well, man, like what's the, like I see it, man. Like I see it. And if circumstances was different, Like I say it all the time. For me, like you know what I'm saying. When coach hit me like, "Yo, Doro, I got some DNA for you, man. Look, man, it wouldn't have been no question. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't have been no question for me. And then that probably would have happened this year. You know what I'm saying? That probably would have happened this year if I had the space and I had the things that I needed to do it. But I say, okay, cool. That set me back. That was right there. But you know what? I put my best foot forward. I'm gonna keep working and doing what I gotta do to make this shit better so I can achieve that. So I can hit coach like, listen, man, I trust him. You know what I'm saying? I got my number. He got my number. I got his number. You know what I'm saying? So shit. That's why I asked him. I said, Coach, hey, you'll take some money right now. I don't give a fuck because I don't care if you're doing it at 27. Like, where the hell are you gonna go? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you gonna go with my money? Why would you have to do that? You the coach. You wouldn't have to burn me. So I ain't. That's the
Never,
last thing on my mind. You know
I
what I'm saying?
But
never.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like it's one of those things. It's like, man, come on, man. Like how we gonna do it? It's how we gonna do it. And I got the vision to do it. So you know what I'm saying? Maybe it wasn't meant for Doro to take the handout route. Maybe it was meant for Doro to pay. And that's cool because Doro a man and do this and do that. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I ain't sit back and say, oh man, I'll never get this. I'll never get that. Look, no. I come up out of that and I'm like, all right, man, that's cool. Now them dogs want the other people. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. That's cool. But the thing is that he's still right here. He's still in it. He still got dogs. He still got breedings coming up. And the time I'm ready, he's still gonna have something. So at the end of the day, that's where I'm coming at. So that's why I told you guys, like, we got time. We don't have to rush our process. We don't have to rush ourselves to feel like we're doing something. We already doing something. Because if we got the game plan and the blueprint, we winning right there. We got it right there. We just got to put it all together.
yep.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Man, young ready. What other? I mean, come on, man. Man. I'm in the classroom, man. Feed us more, man. What else you got? Come on, man.
So I'm saying they got different variances of the Belgian Shepherds. They got the Belgian Shepherd, the Malinois, the Lakenois, and the Tevron. Tevron. So one, all right. So I guess the Lakenois, that's the wire coat, and joint look more like it got like some poodle in it.
It's got a curly coat.
Yeah, it's like curly, like it go in the water.
Okay.
Maybe like a retriever type coat. Yeah, more like a lab retriever coat.
Does it say which breeds created it?
Nah, I'm
Okay.
looking at at the picture. It says difference between the Belgian Shepherds.
Okay.
It got the male, like the one you got. What's this black joint? The Tevron. That one looked more shaggy, like a shaggy coat. It got like a black head with like a shaggy, like it looked like a lion.
Really?
Yeah,
It's like a puffy type coat.
like around where the main area, it got like a little puff around it, like a little mane.
Okay. Okay. Same type of size, same type of phenotype, but just the coat is different.
Yes.
Okay. What is that called
Look
again?
like it got kind of like a different head, maybe because of the fur, because it got
Right.
fur on the top of the head too.
Okay. What is that one called again?
The Tevron.
The Tevron, and that's a shepherd mallet. That's a Mal shepherd.
It's a
What do they call
Belgian Shepherd,
Belgian shepherd?
one of the types.
Oh man, shit, y'all. Hey, y'all better take y'all notes, man. Young Ready taking y'all to school, just in case you want to add a. If you don't want to just a regular Belgian, there's a variance of the Belgians, the Malinois.
What's
Go
this?
ahead.
Mm. It's like I kind of want to go in there and look at that shit.
Do it, brother. Come on, man. Sure. You got us excited. At one point I was gonna buy a Tibetan Mastiff from China. You know what I mean? I was gonna make a lion dog.
Or you was gonna get the big joint.
Yeah, I was gonna pay the, you know what I mean? I was gonna pay that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't pay the million. I'll probably pay about a 20 piece. If I got what I wanted, I'll pay as much as a 20 spot. I would
Man,
have did.
I seen a documentary where they have like a whole field full of them, and they like leaving them there to die. I was like, what the fuck?
What?
All the $1 million dogs, them red joints, them black
Yeah.
joints. Yo, they like in a big field. They got them locked in, and it's like thousands of them in there. And someone comes there, they feel like this big grain thing. I guess where they used to put corn kernels in to start storing them. Well, they turned that into where they feed the dogs in that joint. I guess almost like what's that, a trommel?
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of those type of deals. And they come and feed the dogs in there. And they gotta live their life in there. Because nobody wants them. Like they ain't worth nothing no more.
What?
I was like, wow.
That's wow. Hey, send me that link. You know
I
what I mean?
got you,
Yeah,
man.
thank you, Young Red. Thank you, baby.
It's a
Appreciate
few years old, like maybe
it. I
like
don't
two,
care.
3 years old, but nah, it's good information. Good information.
I was willing to pay a 20 piece for an import at one time because I was like, yo, I'm gonna make me a lion dog. You know what I'm
Man.
saying? But you know what I mean? That shit. I'm already overwhelmed with all my projects, so that went by the wayside. But go ahead.
Okay, so all right, I got their names right here. Okay, yeah, the one I said with the main, yeah, that's the Terverin.
Terverin. Okay.
The the one that got like the labby curly hair, that's the Lakenwa or Lakenwa. Then they got like a all black joint. That one look kind of like the ears kind of look like a fox, like kind of like foxy type. But it's kind of tall like a German Shepherd, but it got like a thin head. But that one's called Groenendale.
Does it say what their purpose is?
I could
Each
go.
one of those particular types? Does it describe what their breed purpose is?
Yeah, they're all. It's this one says they're all farm dogs.
Okay, so shepherd dogs, pretty much.
Yeah. And then you could basically make them do anything because they still like the Malinois.
Yeah, real smart.
And they're very athletic. They still all got that kangaroo jump.
You know what I noticed about my Malinois, and the reason why a lot of, let's say protection type law enforcement, military enforcement use them type of dogs is because even with the shepherd dogs, you know what I mean, all the shepherd dog type dogs, okay, they're very intent, like they pay attention to you. So
Mm-hmm.
because they're so eager as far as their interaction with you, they're
Yes.
easily trained, if that makes sense.
Right.
Okay, because that's what I noticed with mine. When I come in, all she want is my attention. She's looking at me dead in my eyes every
Yes.
time. And as soon as I give her attention, she's gratified. She gets her gratification from my attention. So based off of that, I can make her do what I want because all she wants in her mind is my attention. And that motivates her.
Yeah.
So dog like that, which is motivated by your attention, if you do things that you want that particular dog to do, like a Malinois type dog, shepherd type dog, then they're willing to do it because their whole thing is the gratification of you. Like, oh, you look at me. Oh, you pet me.
Yep.
Oh, you eat whatever. Like, so that's what I've noticed about my Malinois. But go ahead.
Let me see this.
And that Malinois with AK is going to be freaking shit. That is going to be, man.
Yeah, this dude ain't really saying nothing. He just showing like the picture of him and the name.
Okay.
And it sound like he talking in a different language anyway.
Okay.
This joint's crazy. Yeah, what else is up here? Romanian Mayoritic Shepherd. That looks like it's another variation of the Caucasian Shepherd or Caucasian off chocolate. It just looks like a sheepdog, like a sheepdog version.
That sounds crazy.
You know them old English sheepdog joints, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It kind of look, or maybe it looked like Benji, but like a giant version of Benji. I say that.
Really?
Yeah, but it's one of them
Salute, yellow one.
Caucasian joints, them off chocolate joints.
Wow.
LGB, what do you call them joints? Yeah, them LGDs.
Wow.
From Romania.
It seems like those brothers and sisters from overseas, they're not afraid to cook like how we talking.
Nah, they not.
Nah, they not. Yeah.
But they got the land space too, and they a lot of them keep their dogs free.
Yeah, they let them roam.
And
Huh?
they mix up with the stray dogs in the town, and they let that rock, and then they bring that back and breed up with the other big dogs they got, and they just be cooking. Be wildin', bro.
But you know what? That's how they get that vigor, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like cats don't even understand how powerful vigor is, man. Hybrid vigor is. They don't understand that shit. You know, they get caught up in all this fucking dog talk, the talk part of the dog shit, versus the lab cooking dogs and seeing and really finding out what produces a great type talk. You know, like dog. That when people talk about shit, it sound good, but like you said, they let their shit roam. They have a litter of puppies. They using their dogs for work. It's a purpose for their dogs. It's not pets. They working. Then they get this dog that whatever might have bred with the neighbor's dog. You know what the neighbor's dog is, but bred whatever to the homeboy and his other ranch dog. And then you got these puppies. You kept them. You know what I mean? You got all the land, like we mentioned. These dogs is outworking your foundation stock. You like shit. I'm keeping that.
Yeah.
I'm keeping that. Shit. Matter of fact, you're like, okay, well, what's the formula? I already know. Okay, shit, let's do that again. And then, they bumping their heads on better and better dogs. So, I mean, that's why hybrid vigor is so important to performance dogs, man.
It just looks like every country got their version of every dog that we have, every breed of dog we got. Period.
And it makes sense why a lot of, let's say, top tier type dog men, they go overseas to import they shit over here.
Right.
Like I would have never got an AK if I bought a dog from the States. I got to keep it real.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody was really cooking them up like that.
Look, they ain't making that big a dog.
Right. They not cooking up like homeboy Simon out there in the UK. They not, they know what I'm saying? They didn't do what Simon did in the UK. They didn't have his vision. You know what I mean? Shout out to Simon. He had his own vision. He spent his money. He got his dogs from overseas, United States, all over the place. Had a nice program, had his own vision. I mean, and shit, look what he produced. You know what I'm saying? He produced me, my boy AK. Ain't nobody in the US got a dog like AK unless it's the coach out. And that's all shouts out to overseas.
Facts.
Period. So, looking at them guys overseas, watching what they do, they're not afraid. They're not listening to the internet. They're not listening to the men who talk about dogs. They out there in the lab. Like you said, they out there bumping their heads on random breedings. Maybe they got, ideas like us and they cooking. They using these dogs for real working purposes. And they're like, whoa, this shit really worked. Whoa, these dogs are really better. And I've already told y'all, if it wasn't for Bull Vision out there, they're out there in the UK. I wouldn't even have thought about no bull herder. But Bull Vision fucking inspired me. You know what I'm saying? Well, what they doing with their bull herder program? You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, I'm liking what these dogs looking like. You know what I mean? I follow K9 Matt, and then I follow another dude who got K9 Matt's his little bull herder that he got. And he got another dude got his brother, and I follow him too. And that dog his brother, that K9 Matt's dog's brother, I forgot what he called his dog, man. Y'all familiar with K9 Matt?
Yeah, I think I'm following him.
Yeah, I follow him.
I forgot what is his dog name?
Uh,
I'm trying to remember his dog. I should know it, man. But he got a herder, and another dog man who do that type of training that K9 Matt do. He bought his brother, but his brother's bigger than K9 Matt's dog. Okay, but watching them type dogs and being in tune with Bull Vision for all the years I've been following them inspired me to go in. I'm like, man, I gotta start my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I gotta start my shit. You know what I mean? Like them dogs is really on a level. And I know K9 Matt, he hard on dogs. So for him to go ahead and import him shit from overseas, a bull herder, and then that other dude get him a bull herder. I'm like, shit, if I throw AK with a fucking Malinois, that's a wrap. If I throw AK to a damn Kangal, that's a damn wrap. Shit, man. Shit. So, salute to them, man. Salute to Bull Vision, man, for they thing. But like I said, overseas, they doing the things that we talking about like we should be the pioneers of this shit.
Word.
You see what I'm saying? It's like we got complacent. Normally it's the US everybody tapping into. And they tap into us, but then they took it to a whole nother level overseas. They took it to a level better than how we supposed to be the pioneers and the shit and have them all inspired like we used to be. Now overseas is taking over when it comes to this dog shit.
They still could fight their dogs over there. So they could still start building bigger and better dogs all the time because of that.
That's true too. However, they really using their dogs for a purpose, right? Right? They're actually, like with the Kangal, for example. Them guys in Turkey and out there in them countries, them dogs is really working.
Yeah.
They not just dogs that's just in a kennel or just recreational type dogs. You know what I mean? Like how I'm doing. I ain't got no sheep. You know what I mean? Like I know what Snow is, and I see it how she handles herself amongst the pack. Like the dogs don't like her pack don't tickle her fancy. The pack can go crazy. She gonna be laid down. She ain't acting like them. Now, when she was younger, she was acting like AK. But as she matured, she understood who she was, and she's like, "This is my pack. I ain't excited over them." But like I told y'all, let something from the outside, let a deer, let something ruffle in the bushes, not the pack. That bitch is on it. So them dogs are really working overseas. We as Americans, there's very few of us that's really working dogs unless you got a farm right?
Yep.
Most people just have a dog because there's dog enthusiasts. They're not really working the dog. So, I mean, what do you really have them for at the end of the day?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different overseas because they really using the dogs for their breed purpose. And then not only that, they might have the dog and they see some things that the dog lacks, or not only lacks, but they, like you said, with the Saint Bernard or whatever, they can add to it. They can add to that. Like, I like this dog, but I needed to do more. So I'm not going to breed the same to the same. I'm going to go ahead and throw an outcross up in there of a dog that has what my dog don't have. They willing to do that. And it is what it is. Ain't nobody telling them not to. Oh, if you do that, your shit's a mutt when you do that. Your shit ain't purebred when you do that. Really? They ain't hearing none of that dumb shit.
I don't really think there's no such thing as purebred. To be honest with you. Like, what the fuck is purebred, man? Everything is mixed. You gotta mix something to make.
Think of it, dog. I'll say this: purebred to me, if it's pure, you only breeding family to family. You inbreeding line, not really just inbreeding, line breeding, and if you keep doing that, your shit's a wrap, man. If you keep doing that, watch what happens. Anybody who want to make a purebred dog, make it pure. Okay, make it pure now, and watch what happens to your line. Just watch what happens to it. Okay, don't listen to all the talking because people talk a lot. Breed pure. Breed only family members. Brother and sister, mother and son, father and daughter. Keep doing that and watch what happens to your dogs. And then slap yourself in the face for being an idiot. Real shit. Dang. Because you're going to destroy that dog. Because nature don't even do that. So why are we doing it? Why would we do that? You can't do that. Mankind learned that a long time ago when they was breeding cousins and sisters and brothers because they want that royal blood, and they was breeding retards. Excuse my language. No offense to the handicap, but they was breeding retards. You think they kept doing that?
Hell no.
Come on, man. We gotta be, you know what I'm saying? We can't be naive. That's why I say it's like when you in the lab really doing it and then you make mistakes or you make progress, then you understand what it's about. It's about talking. It's about show me what you've done to prove what you're talking about. Then you understand why, let's say in the pit bull game or the game pit bull, lane, they was doing those what they call battle crosses. Why the most of the top tier dogs out here was all crosses. Okay, there's a reason for that shit. Okay, don't get caught up in pure this and pure that, man. Just respect the craft of making better dogs. Whatever lane you choose, as far as breeding ways,
just be true to it.
Correct, and have a reason why you do certain breedings. There needs to be a reason. It's not because I want it to be pure. It's because I want to compound more of this type of genetics to solidify it, and then I need to outcross to fucking explode the genetics.
Yes.
Add to it. Okay, that's how you got to think about breeding. Don't get into this pure shit. Make better dogs, cook how you cook, because if you watch Formula One racing, they got multiple racing teams and they all interchange parts. They don't all just have their own parts. They share. They buy from this engine company. They do that because you know why? Because you know what? That's how they get better. Because imagine if I'm Ferrari, you whatever, right? You Red Bull, whoever, and whoever, McLaren car company, right? And you got your engineers, right? But then let's say you got Red Bull, who's not a car company, but they buying all parts from all y'all motherfuckers, but they smashing you. You think you not gonna do the same thing? Come on, man. Come on, man. We in the boardroom. We a multi-billion-dollar company. We in the boardroom like, yo, we gotta win. Okay, there's somebody with some logic. It's like, yo, we gotta do what they do. We gotta go buy some of their parts. Come on, man. We we gotta, yeah, it's not made by us, but we will form. I mean, we gotta keep it even. We gotta have an even playing field. Red Bull's like, hey, I ain't got no loyalty amongst none of y'all. We not a manufacturer. I'm gonna buy parts from you, and I'm gonna have the best of everybody, and I'm gonna smash everybody. So of course, and that's how we gotta think with these damn dogs.
All right.
So, do you consider the American Pit Bull Terrier a pure breed dog?
No,
Hell
Me,
no.
me either.
no, not the performance ones. No, there's no way.
So
There's
what's
no
a purebred? So what's a purebred dog that you consider a purebred dog? What's a dog?
there's not one dog that's a purebred dog. None.
Absolutely, absolutely.
None.
The
And now,
wolf.
yeah. Well, let's say even with the wolf, there's the wolf. I would say is not a purebred dog because as soon as that alpha leave from an outside pack,
Yeah,
that
he got
alpha loses. There's
yeah.
there's an outcross coming in there from a different family of wolves.
Right.
That's not a purebred. Because there's different variances of wolves, which means different families of wolves. There's different families of pit bulls. There's different families. That's what creates the variances. Just like us, we're all human, right? Whether black, white, whatever race, we're all humans, but we're all variants of genetic pools, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's how you create better humans. And that's why I gave that example of the Royals, how they thought, okay, we're going to keep our shit pure. We're going to keep, breeding within the family because we don't want to lose our power, but they were losing their power. And then it was like, you know what? Let's breed amongst other royal blood. Then they figured out what outcross and how important that is. Then they created better than who they was as a family. Because they started intertwining other kingdoms' blood into their blood. And it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean? My son and my daughters are better than us. You know what I mean? I was a tough warrior, but my son is tougher than all of us. How did that happen? Was the outcross that made it happen. And that's how it is with the dogs. So I would say none is pure unless a man is trying to do it. If a man is trying to do it, breed family to family, then they'll watch their line get destroyed. And then they'll learn that, you know what? That's not how you breed next level type dogs. You know what I mean? Period.com.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
But we can talk like this because we're really in the classroom with the shit. We really trying to learn. We're really trying to comprehend. We're not just in our little box thinking like, okay, well, this is what is done and this is how it's got to be done based off what people talk about. Nah, it's about what they're doing that's working is how we operate. You know what I'm saying? That's how we operate. That's how scientists do. You know what I'm saying? We try shit. We try shit. And we figured out, oh, we got Yeller one. He want to come up on stage. What's good with you, Yeller?
What's going on, God?
Man, hey, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and tap in, man.
Oh, man, I just wanted to touch bases on what you said about dogs ain't being, is there are no breeds. And I think that there are breeds. It took people a lot of time and a lot of dedication to develop these dogs that we call breeds. I think when people push the narrative today, a lot of people just want to mix dogs today, which that's cool. You want to mix a dog to make whatever you want to make it. But I mean, we got to be honest. There are breeds. There are purebred dogs, Rottweilers, Dobermans.
Rottweiler not,
It's breeds.
Rottweiler
I
not
just
purebred.
say what?
Rottweiler not purebred.
Okay. Well, it took breeds to make a breed. Once you start breeding to get a consistent look, then it becomes a breed. Then it is like, yeah, I'm sure they use other dogs to make every other breed,
Well, that's
but
what we
once you
talk.
start,
Yeah.
That's what we talking about. That's what we saying. When it boils down to it, we talking about purebred dogs, right? And we're talking about like if you cooking it up, the same way because you're saying, oh, I gotta stay true to this breed. I gotta stay true to this breed. I gotta stay true to this breed. That's what we talking about. We talking about we're not afraid to say, all right, man, let's put a little German boxer up in this thing. Let's put a little this and
Right,
that.
and I understand. That's what I said. That's what I said earlier. You know, if people want to mix and do whatever and cook up their own formulas, that's fine. But don't, I think it's kind of like insulting to just say other breeds aren't purebred because people want to push this narrative that because really what it boils down to, I think some people get offended when people say, "Ah, you just got a mutt because you crossing dogs." So then you got people want to say, well, no dog is pure. If you really want to look at it, I mean, I think y'all just coming up with that narrative because people are saying what y'all are doing is must. If you like it, but don't insult the people that took time to develop a breed. Because there are breeds. Yeah, you use other breeds to make a breed, but once you start developing and getting a consistent look, that's what makes it a breed. I mean, just think about it. When did y'all come up with this idea that there was no when we were kids or whatever in the 90s and the early 2000s before this social media shit? It was a
Bro,
breed. What kind of dog it is? That's a Rottweiler. That's a
bro,
pit bull.
bro, but check this. A pit bull is not even a purebred dog, bro. That's a bulldog and a terrier, bro. That's
But
what I'm
and
saying.
let me, if it's okay, let me elaborate on that. Yellow, you're right about what you're saying about breeds, right? That's and we're not insulting, let's say, the individuals who are the multiple groups of people who actually establish a breed. What we're talking about, which is the topic tonight, is the variations of the breed. Now, you mentioned the Rottweiler, right? There is multiple variations of the Rottweiler. And what that tells me is that is not a purebred dog.
Well, it's become multiple variations I'm gonna say maybe within the last, let's say 5 or 10 years. It's become more now. Let's go back. I don't know. I was born in 1980. I'm 44 years old.
I'm
When we
78.
came up in, you say what now?
I'm 78, Yeller, but go ahead. I'm 78.
Okay. So we roughly the same age. We came up in the 80s and the 90s. It wasn't no different variation of no Rottweiler. It was a Rottweiler. You seen, you might have had the one that they call the Germans and the Americans or whatever, but that was it. It wasn't no multiple there. But now, yeah, they looking kind of looking kind of funny to me right now. They looking kind of like push
They was
nose.
looking funny
Yeah.
in the 90s,
Yeah.
though.
No,
They was
they
looking
did.
funny
No,
in the
that's
90s.
bro. No,
Yes, they did. Yes, they was. You
no,
had Rottweilers that
They
looked like
have
German
different
Shepherds,
types
bro.
of
no. Rottweiler was pretty.
And you had a
Rottweiler was
Rottweiler
pretty.
that looked like a German Shepherd in the 90s, bro. Yes, you did. The ones with the skinny
No,
face.
man, what?
That's the
A German
American.
Shepherd that looked like a Rottweiler in the 90s?
Bro, they was
You
mixing
you
German
must have seen a
Shepherd with the
mixed dog, bro.
Rottweilers.
Huh?
Go ahead. What were you saying, Darwin?
Okay, well, I'll put it like this. I never seen, when I seen a Rottweiler, we seen the one New Jack City,
Right.
Snoop Dogg had. That's what we seen. I ain't seen that. I ain't never
Dancing.
seen the 90s
We
in the
didn't have
early
no internet.
2000s. I never seen a Rottweiler that looked like a German Shepherd. I ain't never seen that.
The Yellow
Bro,
One. Check
I
this
didn't
out. We didn't have the internet back in those days either, though. You see what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the internet, we wouldn't even be seeing these variances. We, like you said, it's what was in our neighborhood. It was what we saw on TV. That was all we was able to see. But that doesn't mean back in those days, like you said, the German Rottweiler, American Rottweiler, there's so many different people who have Rottweilers who's breeding them their own type of way, was actually using those dogs. There had to be other variances that maybe we just didn't see. Now we're able to see them now. That's all we talking about. You know what I'm saying? And being that the internet is what it is today, which we're able to touch the world, now we understand, like, whoa, there's so many variances. And we don't know how long they've been establishing them variances. We don't know that unless you research like what we're talking about. So it goes back to the pure part, right? We're not going to discredit those who established the breed. That's not what we're here to do. However, if you naive about the different variances, because I was naive until my brother Young Reddy was talking about the Doberman. Did you know how many variances there are to the Doberman Pinscher Yellow One? You'd be surprised. Or excuse me, the Doberman itself. I didn't even know. But learning that, I'm like, wow. And these people have established these dogs for a long time. but we just didn't know any better. Like I didn't know there was 7 different variants of a damn Doberman, but it is. So it goes back to, okay, what is pure, right? And like I said, if you're a breeder, the only way it's pure means that's just there's no cut. We understand what pure raw is, right? That means there's no cut. That means the only way you get no cut is you got to inbreed, line breed, and we know that destroys your fucking genetics. We know this. Period. You're gonna get retarded dogs. Your dogs are gonna get fucked if you keep breeding that way. You gotta throw a cross. As soon as you throw a cross, it is not pure anymore. Whatever you cross, if you cross another breed in it or another family of dog, it's not pure anymore. We know that. That's all we mean. We're not discrediting, like you said, the breed type. I will never discredit anybody's work. That's never what we're here to do. However, we talking real because
I mean, you are discrediting when you said it's not a purebred dog. I mean,
if you throw outcross in there, it's not a pure. If you throw outcross in there, it's not a pure. Come on, man. We gotta be realistic. What is pure?
It might not be pure to that bloodline, but it's still pure to that breed.
But like you said, okay, so let's say with the family of dogs, what if I threw a damn and you don't know this? That's what I'm saying, especially with the pit bull. What if I threw a greyhound in that bitch? Is it pure? Let's say you didn't know it though.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
But everybody is not doing it though.
But you don't think the old timers with the pit bull,
old timers was
them pit bulls, man? Come on, Yellow, you know better than that.
You said what the old timers doing what now?
You telling me that the old timers that was throwing them old school game dogs, they wasn't throwing other breeds in them dogs? You telling me?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so then your dog ain't pure no more as soon as that happened. It's not pure. As soon as they throw another breed in that original, pure is the original recipe that made the dog that established the breed. Whatever those breeds are, we're gonna say that's pure. Pow. Now, when you breed those dogs, and we gave an example of this on previous episodes, the only way you can really keep this shit going for a long time with the same family of dogs is the originator got to start with at least 3 different families of dogs with the same genetic breed recipe. That's the only way you can kind of keep inbreeding, line breeding for a long time, because you got 3 different formulas, same genetic dogs, same dog foundation, but 3 different families, and then you can inbreed, line breed those. But if you only starting like the old timers was starting with this they little backyard of dogs, you know what I'm saying? Then you know what, you run into these problems that we talking about where your dogs decrease in performance, they start showing deficiencies. Then you say, you know what, I'm gonna outcross. Now, when you outcross, that takes away from the pure. It does, period. It's not pure when you put a cut in it. That's why we say there's no pure dogs. You can't do it like that. Your dogs will be done. And like I said, I implore you to try it. You're a dog man. I implore you to just take your family of dogs, all your shit, and keep breeding them and don't outcross and see what happened to your program. And as soon as
I want to ask Yellow. I want to ask Yellow a question. So what kind of dogs you got?
I got pit bulls.
Hold on, Doro. Let me finish, Doro, and then I'll let you ask your question. Okay. So Yellow, this is like I said, try this shit. You breed your family of dogs over and over and over again, and when you reach that roadblock as a breeder, then you outcross, and then as soon as you throw that cut in it, your dog is not pure no more. It's not pure. Let's say yellow.
Even if I get another family of a pit bull, it's not pure.
Because you don't necessarily know what's behind that dog. As soon as they throw
but I'm saying, but see, you saying that I don't. What if I do know?
Okay, so if you do know, if you really
now if I took another, now I can understand. I could agree with you if I took another breed and put it in my dog. Yeah, I would say it's not a purebred dog. But if I went to another family of American Pit Bull Terrier and bred and brought that blood in, it's still pure. Just another family coming in.
See, that's why I was going to ask the question I was going to ask. So you got American Pit Bull Terriers, right?
Yeah.
What bloodline is your American Pit Bull Terriers? You got shit from back in the day?
But all the bloodlines go from back in the day.
All right, so what you got?
G, Red Boy, and Rascal.
Okay, so you got Jeep. All right, so you don't think some of those dogs from back in the day, because I know for a fact some of them Jeep dogs, Bolio dogs, Eli dogs, those Boyo dogs, some of those dogs had Chihuahua in them. Some of them dogs had different things that they brought.
Oh
They put
damn!
in
I
there.
never heard Chihuahua.
Bro,
That's a first.
bro,
I heard
that's
Boston
a
Terrier
fact.
too.
That's a
It's a
fact, bro.
fact. It's a fact, or it's an opinion.
No,
Now,
it's
how
a
can you
fact, bro.
hold on? How can you say it's a fact? Now,
How,
back up. How
because
you just said it was a fact?
can I talk, bro?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Well, if I could talk, I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Go ahead.
Because
Okay, I
this
want to
is
hear
the
this.
thing.
I'm listening.
This is how I know it's a fact. It's a fact because I'm not new to dogs, bro. I was around dogs since I'm 37 years old, bro. About to be 38 next month. So I was
Okay.
around the dogs in the 90s. I'm not a child. So this is the
Okay.
thing. Okay. So we had pit bulls, bro. So we had Boyles, we had Sorrows, we had Eli's, we had Grand Champion, we had all types of bloodline pit bulls back in the day. That's how I know. So the simple fact is, it's like this. People put different things in the dogs in the early 90s, bro, to bring out the drive. Because it was all about the stunts and the hang and the jump and the run and the work. Like what we talk about now, what we doing, we talk about the drive and the working dogs. That's what it was about in the 90s, right? So the thing is, they were putting that in there. They were
Why the
putting that
Chihuahua?
huh?
Why the Chihuahua, Duro?
They were
I'm curious.
putting a Chihuahua in there for the snappiness, of the dog. Because we talking about the 90s, the dogs was fighting. They were fighting dogs back in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
90s, 2000s, 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
70s.
So this is the thing. You went to a smaller bull, right? So you gotta understand. So different bloodlines, you get the small, the small pit bulls, that's 30, that's 30 pounds, and you got the higher pit bulls, the little slender, tall ones that's about 45 pounds, right? So
Yeah.
you have the Patterdale and you have the Chihuahua that they put into these dogs, that put different things into the dogs, bro. I never talk out
Need a
my ass. I
Patterdale.
talk what I know.
Okay. Are you finished?
Go ahead.
Okay, with all that being said, well, you did a lot of talking. You still didn't prove me for a fact how you know it's Chihuahua and the dog. You talked a lot, but you didn't tell me how you know it's Chihuahua and the dog.
Was you
You gave
listening?
an opinion. You said, I know for a fact that it
Was
was
you listening?
Chihuahua, and you didn't give
Was
a
you
fact.
listening?
I listened to everything
Did
you
I say
said.
I
Yeah.
had those dogs? Did
Oh,
I had those
so
dogs?
you may have put them in your dogs.
No, I didn't put shit in my dogs. We acquired the dogs like that. That's what I'm trying to
Okay, well,
tell
you
you.
may have got it from someone that did it, but you're saying it like it was just a broad, bro, like everybody. It was just a
Bro, if you
thing
go
to put
look at
Chihuahua.
if you go look at the Boyle's dog, you're gonna see what I'm talking about, bro.
I don't have Boyle's dogs.
I didn't ask you if you had it. I said if you go look at it, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. You're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
Hey, Schoolboy was talking about, I forgot what breed he was talking about, but he was saying they was throwing Boston Terriers in the motherfucking dogs, man. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I heard something like that.
Okay, well then you didn't know that. You see what I'm saying? But imagine if it didn't come from Schoolboy, you probably be thinking like, oh, they didn't throw no Boston Terrier. Hey, I'm not downplaying what you're saying, Yellow. So please, this open forum. Don't ever take how we conversating as we just
Oh,
like.
not at all, not at all. This dog talk, but he just didn't give me a fact. He said I know for a fact, and I didn't hear a fact.
So that's what I'm saying. So in his arena, maybe he does know for a fact that that's because those are dogs that he was buying and those people.
Right, but he made it seem like it was just the thing. Like that was just a broad. It was just in the whole breed.
Bro,
You know what
go
I'm saying?
look
Like,
at the dog. Go look
But
at the
this is
dog, bro. Go
but
look
only
at the
thing
dog.
this
Type
is
so
in
what
you
we
saying I
Boyle's
can
dog.
see? You saying I can see some Chihuahua and a Boyle's dog?
Type
nah,
in
we ain't gonna be able to see it like
Boyle's
that.
dog, and then come talk to me. Type in the dog, bro, and look at it. I matter of fact, when I go to
So you saying
my
it
mom,
resembles a Chihuahua Boyle's dog? That's what you saying?
bro,
Hey,
go look
Murdoch
at the
and
dog, bro.
Schoolboy talking about the Boston Terrier, Murdoch. He said the Boston Terrier, man. He did mention that too. You know what I mean? Schoolboy did mention that. But anyway, the only thing, this is what we say is like we weren't there. None of us was there. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this, you know what I mean? If I am a breed, which I am, if I am a performance dog breeder, not a show breeder, but a performance dog breeder, right? And let's say I needed a dog that was a certain type of way, had a certain type of characteristics. Who's going to tell me what to throw in it? You're not going to tell me it. Nobody's going to tell me. I'll throw it in there and I will say it's a bulldog. Now, if that bulldog what I threw, whatever I chose to throw in it, outperforms yours, and you want to breed to it, you're going to breed to it. Am I going to tell you what cross I put in it? No. That's the point that we're making, right? We're making the point that, you know what, like you said, Yeller, if you bought let's say you outcross it to a dog that you know the breeder, he knows his dogs, you know, you trust him, etc. Then okay, if his is pure to how your standard is, and you outcross to that, okay, his purebred to your purebred, okay, we'll give you that to a degree, right? To a degree, because we really don't know unless it's your dog. However, the fact remains is that I don't care how far in the line, if it broke away from the original formula of the founders of the breed type, founders of the pit bull, whoever founded that breed, if it breaks away from that, and we know these performance pit bulls, game ones, they were breeding like that, okay? Because it wasn't a show as far as, hey, look at my dog's phenotype. Hey, it looks like everybody else. But no, it's like match a weight and a date. We know that. And they understood how powerful hybrid vigor was. You know why? Because they tried it and they tested it. And they're like, okay, cool. So back in those days when there was no internet, when nobody was in your business, and it was about the performance and it was about the win, right?
You could be secretive and do what you want to do.
Yes, and not only that, I'm not going to tell you.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you how I bred this dog, because as soon as you know I had a secret little sauce, you're going to use it too. So I'm going to tell you, hey, yeah, it's bred this way, that way, this way, that way, just like how pedigrees is, everybody's jocking pedigrees today, right? Because, hey, it's pure this, it's pure that. That's bullshit. Now, it's only pure. We talked about this too a few episodes ago. It's only pure. Let's say if I had a red boy Jocko and I had his straws. It's only pure when you got red boy Jocko straws, and let's say you breed them, you know, to his daughter, then you outcross them or whatever. Then let's say you line breed them right to his niece or whatever. Then you bring them back in. You take a semen and you throw it into his grandchild. That's pure Jocko. You do that again, outcross something, you throw a semen in there, do it 3 generations. That's pure. Because you know why? Jocko's within the first 3 every time. First 3. That's pure Jocko. If that's just watered down a long time ago, you just got his relatives and all this shit, that shit ain't pure. That ain't the same dog. That's what I'm saying. There's an art to this shit. It's an art to this shit. If that dog is in the first 3, that Jocko dog, red boy Jocko is in the first 3. Red boy Jocko, that's a pure red boy Jocko dog. That's the only way you want to get it pure without fucking it up. Now, if it's way back there, you got his ancestors in there. You got his great grandkids saying Jocko. That's not a pure Jocko dog. But that's what people talk about because it sounds good on paper. Them dogs is long gone and watered down. That's a watered down dog. It's not pure. If you really about this shit, you collect the semen. You collect the semen. Old timers wasn't in tune with that. They wasn't in tune with that back in the 70s and 80s like we are now.
Right.
So now we understand that. We understand how if you inbreed too much, it destroys your dog. We need to know the battle crosses do work. They do them. It's proven to work. So yeah, we will take a family dog. Now I'm not gonna be like, hey, Yellow, I love your dogs, man. And are they only bred by the pure pit bulls, Yeller? You're like, oh yeah, coach is bred by pure pit bulls. Okay, cool. No, I'm gonna be like, I love your dog. I need that genetic. I don't care how you fucking bred that shit. I want those genetics that I see in your dog. Your dog is amazing, Yeller. And that's how they was breeding back in those days. They wasn't breeding how we talk about with it being pure, like pure being like, oh, pit bull to pit bull to pit bull, pit bull to pit bull, pit bull to pit bull, pit bull to pit bull. That sound good. It does. But if I want to get a leverage over you, Yeller, if we perform it, and I want to get leverage over you, I'm gonna do something different than what you're doing. If
they gonna cross and they crossing another breed, I guess.
I mean, whatever. Okay, like I just mentioned, Yeller, your dog could fit my breed type. Your dog can be pit bull, but like you said, maybe the reason why I want your dog so much is because you did something that you didn't tell me. I'm not gonna knock you for it because I'm not asking you, and I'm not expecting you to tell me either. Even if I did, hey Yeller, did you add something in there? You might think, but damn, if I tell coach I added that fucking greyhound in there, he gonna be like, no, he ain't gonna fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna be like, no, this shit pure, coach. I'm like, cool, man, run it up. Then I get that dog and it works for my program. I'm saluting you, man. And then in your mind, like, shit, he don't even know what I did.
Right.
That's all we saying at the end of the day. And that's why I say, if you bred that way, you would see why that shit don't work. It does not work. Nature don't even play that way. So why would we play that way? And like I said, if you want to do it right, there's a formula to it. You gotta take a stud. You gotta have 3 different bitches from 3 different families of dogs, and you take one stud, you breed that one stud to those 3 different bitches, and then you intertwine those until it break down. Then you throw the daddy in it because that's the pureness. You want to throw the daddy back in it to bring it back. That's how you do that shit, to keep going and going and going and going and going until it finally, like, okay, you might be able to get 10, 15 generations doing it that way. Because you know why? You got 3 different genetic diversions, 3 different genetic variances with those bitches with the same father. So you're not breeding yourself into a fucking corner. But until you actually do it, you don't understand it. That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. We're not discrediting the founders, because the founders is doing what we're talking about. They was breeding different types of dogs to find their breed type. Rottweiler, German Shepherd, whatever breeds, that's what it is. Bred multiple dogs, different type of ways to get it. Then they finally got it. Then, okay, boom, we got a type. But you know what? They had a group. And if you follow anybody who does any type of breeds, it's a group of people breeding the same way. We're not all using the same blood. We might use similar blood, but for us to not breed ourselves into a corner, we all have the formula and we're breeding the same way. With different families of those different breeds that we're mixing, and then we're like creating that standard together. That's how they do that shit. It's not as simple as breeding pure to pure, like same family with same family. It's not as simple as that, because when you do that, you will run into problems. That's why when it comes to performance dogs, those crosses is the ones that create them top tier level freak of natures. And it's very rare that any inbred dog proves like produces those high level performance dogs. But at the same time, we don't know really what's behind them. We don't really know that. And a lot of times, some papers that we be following, especially with them game dogs, them shits be fucking lies. The old timers is telling that shit. They telling us that shit. They coming out when they old and gray. Yeah, them papers. Yeah, I mean, I did. You know, they telling us the shit. It's like we still not paying attention. And I can speak with conviction, Yellow One, because I really cook dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had an inbred dog that was a piece of shit, dumb as fuck. I didn't like that shit. Okay. Now, I don't know how they bred them, Yellow. I just know that it was heavily inbred and I didn't like it. And then I buy a dog from the UK that's a fucking freak of nature. That's a fucking 50-50 outcross.
What type of dog was it that was inbred?
It was a pit bull.
Okay. Yeah, that's why when I breed, that's like when I breed, I like the lion breed anyway. Yeah,
well,
I don't.
Watch this. You can inbreed, right? All of it plays. We're not discrediting inbred dogs, but you can't just do it just for the fact that I needed to be pure. So I just breeding one family of dogs and I just breed one family of dogs. When you start saying red boy jocko, this type dog, that's multiple different families of dogs. Okay. That's not a pure line. That's right. Not pure. That's what we're talking about. That's not pure, because red boy is bred a certain type of way. You know, the Boyles, whatever, they bred them different type of ways with different type of dogs. You bring them together, even though they're supposed to be under the pit bull umbrella, they're bred differently. And that's why you add them in there to bring something to it. So that's not a purebred type dog. It's not. Like I said, if I got my brothers, we talked about this too. I got my brothers, right? We're not gonna marry our cousins and shit. We know that shit is fucking foo-foo. That shit don't work. We gonna go at an outcross. We gonna marry somebody from another family, right? Now, like we talked about this situation right there. I got a brother who might be, out of us 3 brothers, he's a runt, let's say. He's a weaker brother. He married a woman, whatever, right? Her family, whatever. Boom. Now I got my sons. I'm happy with my sons, right? We all got our sons, right? But then my weaker brother, I got my nephews over the house, and my nephew is outdoing my fucking sons. You know why? Because of that hybrid vigor. That hybrid vigor showed me that. Like, yo, how did my nephew come out of you? That's what I'm gonna tell my brother. Hey, Nick, you know, because I'm, you know, we cool, right? We brothers, right? Hey, how the fuck did you produce this boy? I love this. I love my nephew. My nephew's outperforming my sons. That's hybrid vigor. That's hybrid vigor. Same thing with the dog. So we're not discrediting. That's what I'm saying. Yellow one. I just want to let you know we're not discrediting those who produced a purebred, the originators of the breed. But after them, all those are variances, like we talking about. The variances. People do what they do for a reason.
So what you were saying is there are no pure breeds today. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that unless you're breeding the way that we just talked about, you're breeding all strictly cousins, uncles, daughter, son, you know, daughter, father, mother, son. Only if you only breeding that way, that's the only way you're gonna get pure. And if you keep breeding like that, your shit's gonna get fucked up.
No, I'm not talking about a pure. I'm not talking about a pure bloodline. I'm talking about a pure breed.
That's only as pure. It's, you know what I mean? Because like we just talked about, there's so many variances of the purebred dog. It's not pure no more. If my dog look different than yours, like humans, right? We're humans, but we're not pure. Everybody mixed. So it's not pure. Period. It's not pure. Unless I'm breeding with my sister. I'm fucking my cousin. I'm having babies with them. They fucking each other, having babies. That's the only way it's pure. Think about it. If I'm, you know, we dealing with the dope game, well, I got that pure coca with no cut. As soon as you mix it, it's not pure no more, whether it's coke or not. Hey, I mixed this 2 cokes together. That's not pure coke. That shit come from a whole nother plate. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that shit was, you know, made and all that shit. I got the raw. No, I got the raw. Let's mix it together. No, we ain't mix that shit together. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And like I said, if you breed a certain type of way, then you will understand what we're saying. It's not to discredit those who established the breed. That's not what we're trying to do. But we know how they did it, right? It was mixing different breeds to make a breed. So we know they wasn't making a pure dog in the beginning. They was mixing. So if
they were mixing to make a pure dog, right?
Correct. But think about how many different people. It wasn't just one person alone.
Right. It took a lot of people with the same vision.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. Yeah. It took a lot of people, a lot of space, a lot of yeah. I'm with you on that. I agree with that. I agree with you 1,000% on that.
So that's all I'm saying at the end of the day. That brings us to the topic tonight, which is the variations, the variances. That's why there's so many variances of the same breed. That's why I can have a pit bull, you can have a pit bull, but our dogs look and perform differently. But we both say our dogs are pit bulls. That's a variant, you know? And then let's say if there was all truth, right? If it was truth known to us and we can see the truth, then we like, damn, that's why they look different. That's why they act different. They bred them this type, they're bred different type of ways. They threw a different type of cut in there. Oh, that's why this dog look like this and act like that. Like, that's the only way we know this, but we don't know this. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't necessarily know this, but we know this. Because there wouldn't be so many variations of a breed type if it wasn't the way we talking about. And like I said, if our dogs too was strictly about performance and not looks like the game dogs were, nobody would care. Yella, if your dog came in with the floppy ears long and all that shit, sloppy looking, but it matched the weight and the date, man, I think I would care. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. Polka dot, Merle, 10 points, whatever, white, whatever. I don't care what color it is. Let's see what the dog can do. And if that dog that was ugly, looking like some bullshit, whoop my shit, I gotta salute you, man. I ain't gonna say, oh, that's not no, that's a real bulldog. That's what I would say. Damn, that dog whooped my shit.
That's a real bulldog word.
Damn, man, that shit ugly as a motherfucker, but shit. I need to breed with that ugly motherfucker because he done whooped my shit. That's how it was back in the day. So that's why I say it's like us as dog men who really is like in tune with the craft of performance dogs, man, we gotta get beyond that shit. Breed your dog how you want to breed that shit, man. Throw whatever the fuck you want throwing it. Be honest too if you want to. If your dog is what it is, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Oh
You
man,
said people should be honest if they want to. You don't think people should be honest?
not well. Hold on. I gotta keep it real with you on this play. Yes, people should be honest, but are they really honest though? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like we gotta think about it. Yeah, we can expect people to do something, but they're not really gonna do it. So I gotta put the other side of the coin on the table because most people ain't gonna be talking like we talking. That's the whole
right, right. I got you.
They want to sell something. They want your approval, so they're not gonna be honest, even though you say, "Hey, be honest." Oh, I'm honest because they don't want to get discredited. Versus you a breeder, I'm a breeder, and you come to me, Yella, like, okay, I want that genetics. Coach, can you tell me how that dog is bred? And if I know you really gonna use my genetics, I'm gonna tell you the formula because I know you're gonna use it. So I want you to be educated on what you're gonna get versus, hey, Yella, man, you got 5,000 for me. Okay, if I tell Yella how I really made this fucking freaking nature, he might not give me that 5,000. So I got this narrative that I paint. Yeah, I should be honest, but I think my narrative is more important than me being honest because I'm getting that 5,000 from Yella because he really wants this type of dog and he liked the way the dog is, but he really loved that formula. Even though I fucking threw a little outcross in there to make that sauce hot, to get you excited about it. So yes, I'm going to be honest about it because I'm in tune with the old timers. I don't let other people dictate my formula. However, if I'm selling you a dog, a name, a theme, whatever it might be, a brand, then yeah, I might have to look at the other side like, man, man, Yella, yeah, like shit, he really want this red boy dog. So yeah, it's red boy, but fuck, I threw this other shit in there. That's why everybody like this shit. That's how I got this freak. So yeah, it's red boy. You know how people do. So yes, people should be honest, Yella. Yes, but they not. They not. They not. And I've learned the hard way. That's why we talk the real over here. That's why we call this a classroom. Because I learned the hard way. I learned paying top tier dollars for dogs because of genetics and what I wanted to breed. And people telling me lies. I had to learn by the hard way. Breeding shit and not getting what I was told. And then finding out later it wasn't the truth. They were just trying to make some money.
Okay, I got you. I agree.
Yeah, so just like I said, what you say is valid, and I'm not discrediting you. Enduro, what you were saying, like I said, everybody has their experiences with these dogs. But we as dogmen of today don't know what them dogmen in our past pedigrees, all these different dogs are. We don't know how they was really bred because it's so easy to paper hang.
Yeah, and in the 90s, all those dogs a lot of those dogs was paper hung. A lot of them.
That's true.
Not all of them. So like how we sit back and say, like, we can read the pedigree all we want. We can go back. Oh yeah, I can trace my dog 40 years back. Okay, yeah, that's cool. But back then it was really easy to rob a registry. And the registry still give you that paperwork and say, oh, okay, cool. You can say this dog was off that dog back then. You know what I mean? Everybody had AKC papers back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's just how it is. That's how it was. You know what I mean? So now we got different registries now, and some registries don't play that. You know what I'm saying? But then if you know somebody in that registry, like if you know somebody in the UKC, you know what I'm saying? They might let you slide. Like that's I know a couple breeders that did that before.
But you don't even watch this, Duro.
Well, I don't with paper hanging. It's not that the registry let people slide. It's not like the registry's got their hands in on it. It's not that. It's not that. It's the simple way to paper hang is one of the ways I know I knew that people did it was if they ordered let's say you had 10 puppies, but you had 6 puppies, but you just ordered 10 papers. They don't know how many puppies you got, so they'll send you 10 papers. So you will sell 6 puppies with 6 papers. and you got 4 papers laying around. And then you just sell it to something, and the paper's gonna have the color on it. So you just sell the paper to somebody with the same color dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the ways that I know how they, but as far as like the registries ain't in cahoots and helping motherfuckers hang papers.
Watch
Now,
this.
ain't...
Let me add to what you're saying, Yellow. That is one way, but this is the easiest way to paper hang, right? Now, I ain't never, but I'm gonna tell you this is the easiest way, right? So you already got the dogs on your yard. Let's say you got a top tier dog that produced and you sold puppies. Let's say he's even dead. So you still got his paperwork. You say you got straws on him. Let's say if you really do got straws on, let's say you don't, but let's say you do got straws on him. You can use that dog's actual paperwork number with the female you breeding them to. Say he had 12 puppies, right? Like what you mentioned. Then I need for the colors, right? Boom. But then you took a whole nother dog. So what you did is that other dog is represented by the dog that was dead that you said you got. Let's say if he's alive or dead, that you said you got semen off of, that you still got his registry number, all that. You had those puppies, but in reality, that dog you never even bred. You bred another dog, but you use his name. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. Use his name and his paperwork, but you're using a whole other dog. The only way you can really confirm what the dog is and who the dog is if you do DNA testing. Them old timers wasn't paying for no DNA tests back in those days.
I don't think it was available, was it?
Yeah, I don't think that's what I was gonna say. I don't even think it was available.
Probably wasn't available. But see how easy that is? I can tell you this is a red boy Jocko dog, but it's his brother. Or it's a whole nother dog. It's a mutt. Well, it's a whole different breed.
I just remember
for it. That's how they did it. That's easy.
I just remember when we had a I think it was a Boyos Muggsy. When we had a dog, my brother, the breeder, he handmade like the paperwork, right? Like, so he like drew it out like the family tree and shit.
Right,
and
like
then,
a handwritten pedigree. Yeah.
Then he sent it in. And then when it came back just like he wrote it. So
now which registry did he do that under?
That was the AKC. That was the AKC.
What breed of dog was it? Did he? You said it was a pit bull?
Yeah, that's what AKC. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know. I didn't think the AKC registered pit bulls.
Back in the day, they did.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, they did. And then once the fighting came, they wanted to get away from the pit bull. You understand? And then now they that's why the confusion with the Amstaff and the pit bull comes in with the AKC, because they say that's the same dog.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? So they want to market the Amstaff, the pit bull, as the Amstaff with the AKC, but back in the
which
day,
is really a pit bull though.
Which is really a pit bull, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they got away from it. I think that was like in the 30s or the 40s when they got away from the pit bull and started Amstaff. It was something like that. It wasn't like current when they wanted to get away from the name pit. They didn't like that they fought them. So yeah, they used pit bulls to develop the Amstaff, just bred them for looks and
correct
and things like that.
And it dumbed down their temperament.
But you said you knew somebody sent in a handwritten pedigree to the AKC?
Bro, I ain't lying to you, bro. I wouldn't sit up here and lie to you, bro. I have no reason to. Dead ass, bro. Sit there and write that joint out, and then send it in, and then you get the paper, you get the scroll and all that shit. Man, I'm gonna see if I still got some paperwork, man, from the 90s, bro. Like in my mom's storage, bro. I'm gonna see what I got, man. Like real shit. I'm gonna show you. Like I'm gonna show you.
It's just very easy to paper hang a dog. It's not hard.
But see, that's what I was saying. They wouldn't call them pit bulls in the 90s.
What, the Amstaffs, you mean?
Right. They wasn't calling them pit bulls. That's what I'm saying. He's saying in the 90s, someone sent in a handwritten pedigree and got back a paperwork on a pit bull, and they didn't even register pit bulls. And they been stopped registering as pit. They called them Amstaff.
So maybe
way before then.
Duro, maybe that's the UKC, man.
He might have meant UKC. That's probably what he meant to say.
That's probably what he meant.
Yeah, maybe. He said AKC. He probably meant, you probably misspoke and meant to say UKC.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think so too.
The United Kennel Club out of Michigan.
I'm gonna get the paperwork, bro, because I know I still got some paperwork from the 90s, but maybe it was the UKC, because But at the same time, yes, that's how it was. That's how it was made, bro. I remember. I remember.
Okay, I'm not saying I don't believe you.
Yeah, I think it might be the UKC, but yeah, just just show it. I mean, it is what it is. The point that this is the point that we trying to make is like, yes, we can assume what these people of the past were doing, but we would never know. So it's just like you said, it's more of an opinion, right, of what we think. But being that if you really do this, as far as like make dogs and breed dogs, and let's say you've experimented with inbreeding and line breeding, and then you know which dogs come out better, then if you know which dogs come out better, and the better dogs, which is proven by a lot of people who breed performance dogs, is the crosses, then once you cross, it's a wrap, man. It ain't pure to what you think is pure. Now, it can still be classified as whatever breed type, but there's a variant. Your dog varies from my dog, and it varies because how it was bred. That's all we're saying. So in reality, like I said, I mean, it's not really pure at the end of the day. It's really not. It might be that breed, but there's a type to it that's different than the other ones. Like I said, we might be weighed up the same, but we ain't looking the same.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't performing the same either. And then I would feel insulted if you say, hey, man, you got the same dog. I'll feel insulted if you told me that. Like, no, my dog ain't the same as yours. Bruh, are you serious? We ain't bred the same. It ain't come the same. We ain't, like, what are you saying? Well, it's a pit bull. Okay, well, yeah, but it ain't, I mean, it's like I said, we're humans, right? But my family and your family ain't the same.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It's not. We don't look the same. We don't act the same. We might have the same type of, overall features, but we're not the same. So that's where it lies. And like I said, try to breed that way and see what happens. Now, if you a show breeder, you're going to do that because people want a type and they want to look that way. But you see how them damn, like, look at the German Shepherd, the show dog German Shepherd. That's horrible. That's horrible. Okay, that's horrible. But they breed for something that looks. They breed for the look. It's got to look a certain type of way. So they got to inbreed to do that shit. They got to. And that's not how you're going to create top tier performance dogs. It just doesn't work that way. Now, because our gene pool is so vast in these different type of breeds, I can buy a dog from you, Yellow. I can buy a dog from you, Duro. I can buy a dog from y'all, Chat, that fits the breed phenotype that fits mine. But I'm buying it because I need that outcross. I need that new blood. I'm not buying it because it's pure my shit. At least I wouldn't, because I already got it on my yard. I already got my shit on my yard. Why do I need to go to you to buy my same shit?
Right.
That don't make no sense. I already got my shit on my yard. I'm going to you, Yell. I'm going to you, Duro. You Young Ready, you Chat. I'm going to y'all for something different. I need something that's gonna spice my shit up. Now I can't say my dog is pure Formula One. Now I had this outcross with Duro. You know what I'm saying? Now my shit is a Formula One Duro dog. You know what I mean? Until I throw that Formula One back into it, like what we were talking about. So we got to think of it. We got to think about it from its infant, like the infant stage of making a dog. You got to think of it like that, and how they created the breed to begin with. And we can't deviate from that formula unless we don't have let's say a group of guys breeding the same way, like how they was doing back in the day. Saying, hey, we're gonna breed this dog, or let's say I bred a dog that was like the dog of dogs, and they're like, oh, what do you call this dog? Doberman Pinscher, or Doberman. Okay, shit, I want one of those. Okay, cool. I'm gonna show you how to make it. Okay, because that breeder probably done figured out, made mistakes, probably inbred, fucked it up. They're like, okay, here, I'm gonna show you how to make it. Take this dog and that dog, make that, and then we're gonna intertwine our dogs together. That's how the motherfuckers was doing it. That's how they was doing it. I'll give you the formula. But in the game dog world, I'm not gonna give you my formula. so you can beat me.
Word.
So you can beat me. I'm not gonna give you my formula so you can beat me. Man, this is a performance breed. This ain't no, oh, you want my shit too? Sure, buddy. Sure. I'll take an ass whooping by my own shit. And a lot of them dog men back in the day, they wouldn't even go into their own shit. If it was their blood and shit, they wouldn't even go into it. Like, why I want to go into my own shit? I want to go into your shit. I already know what my shit can do. So you just got to understand, it goes back to the topic, man, the variances. And that's why I said, shout out to you, Young Ready. Because I didn't know that there was, I mean, I had a clue, but like when you mentioned the Dobermans, like, damn, there's so many 7 different variances. Like, what?
9.
Oh, 9. Correction. 9. I don't know how many of you all knew that. 9 different variances of the Doberman. That's
so
not
all 9, like all
of
9
the
variants.
Doberman of the Doberman Pinscher.
Right.
It's 2 variances of the Doberman.
Oh, and it's 9 variances of the Doberman Pinscher.
Yes.
And it's 2 variances of the Doberman.
Yes.
Okay.
And yellow one, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that neither. I didn't know that neither.
So that had me like, damn, really? Like,
so
what?
phenotypically, the 9 variances they phenotypically look different.
Yep.
Okay.
And different sizes.
Some of them don't have long hair, do they?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Some do. Like the Affin Pinscher, they call that the monkey dog. And it's hairy.
Also, it's 9 different variances of the Pinscher. Or are you saying, so you're saying Affin Pinschers came from Doberman Pinschers?
Yep.
Okay.
And German Pinschers, and yeah.
Okay.
That, like I said, when you really into dogs and you like, if it wasn't for the internet, we wouldn't know this shit. See what I'm saying? We wouldn't even know this if it wasn't for the fact that we can touch the world by typing it in and, by the algorithm showing us things that what? They got this? What? They got that? What? They doing what? Like you were just talking, was it the Tosa that you was talking about last week?
Oh, man.
So many variants of the Tosa. I didn't even know.
I didn't know that neither. I don't really just follow that breed like that, but I didn't.
But it goes back to the pit bull breed that we love. All of us love the pit bull. There's so many variances of the pit bull. So many. If we knew all the pit bull types around the world, we would probably our mind would be blown.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Now, when you say pit bull, you're talking about American Pit Bull Terrier, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, the ones that they got from us and they bought from us and they sent them overseas and they cooked them up their way. And they looking like American Pit Bulls, but you know what? They got their sauce in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they doing what our dogs is doing, but better. But they're not going to tell us how they cook it up, but they know over there how they cooked it up. But we naive, still thinking about dogs from 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Really? When these guys got real top tier level type dogs, like, that shit will blow your mind when you understand really what they doing. You be like, what? That's really what they doing? You be like, why am I living in the past? Why am I not living for today? Why am I not trying to make my dogs better than they great granddaddy? Great grand. Why am I not doing my bloodline or whatever, my family of dog, whatever you got, my line of dogs better? Because they doing that shit overseas. And that's why a lot of us, like we talked about today, is going overseas and getting dogs. Because now I got something that y'all ain't got. Y'all ain't talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't talking about this shit. Y'all ain't got this shit. And we can't live when it comes in, America's, laws and shit. We already know we can't, we can't test dogs face to face, heads up. We can't do that. But we can test them in other ways, though. So we have to be inspired by the fact that, you know what? Our goal as breeders, if you breed dogs, is to make a better performance dog than the one that you have. You cannot breed the same way and expect better. It don't work that way. It doesn't. You got to experiment with the genetics that you have. Have top tier genetics and experiment, breed, be a breeder. That's how the
Oh,
old
you mean
time
like crossing in other dogs?
Well, I mean, I'm gotta hear me out, Yella. All of it plays. There's a reason why you inbreed. You don't inbreed just because you want to continue the family. You inbreed because you want to compound on a genetic feature that you want to continue to stay. However,
Right.
you still want to add to those genetics. We're not just keeping those genetics and that's it. I need to make sure that they stay. So I might, inbreed, line breed to compound that shit so it's more rooted in the genetic, and then I need to throw that outburst of some other good shit so that I can make what I already have better. That's the only way you're gonna do that.
And when you say outburst, are you referring to like another breed?
I mean, it could be whatever you want. That's whatever you want.
Okay.
It could be the same breed. It could be whatever you want. But see, that's what I'm saying. You have to have a reason why you're doing it, not
Why
just doing
you
it just because, right? There's a reason why. Let's say Yella, you might say, you know what? I like this breed because of what it does. Like we were talking about with the Saint Bernard. Okay. I like this breed for what it does, but I want my Saint Bernard to do more. Or I like my pit bull for what it does. I needed to have more wind. So I'm going to take a dog that looks similar to it, but has more wind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw it in there. And then I'm going to keep all them shits. And then I'm going to throw my original sauce back into those offspring and
Yep.
wash and dilute it. And then nobody knows I threw that shit up in there.
Yep.
That's how they do it. Now you got that vigor on your squad. Now you testing everything that you got. You're like, damn, I did that shit. Damn, I'm so glad I did that shit. They better than all my other dogs from the past.
So you get that hybrid vigor from crossing another breed.
Mm-hmm.
That and another family of dogs.
Okay, then in another family of dogs. Another family of another family of dogs from the same breed.
Yes, from the same breed type. Yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
when I
sir.
looked up the definition of hybrid vigor, it said he used the word crossbreed.
Yes, different families or
So you would consider me bringing another family of pit bull as being crossbred?
yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Because that's different genetics. And like I said, it sounds good when you talk about these old dogs from the past, but I gave you the mathematical equation for it to be playing today. If Red Boy semen was in semen storage today, and you can take it out from however many years ago he was alive and put it in a bitch that's today, 2025 bitch, that's a Red Boy dog. If it's at least 3 generations in, Red Boy is at least 3 generations in, that's a Red Boy dog. Soon as it get 4th, 5th, that Red Boy getting watered down, that's not pure coke. That's not that raw. Nigga, that's been cut 4 or 5 times, man. That ain't no raw. I don't want to hear that shit. And if you watch your dogs, you will see it. If you had that dog, like I have a dog, I had him. I know what he is, and then I water him down, and I remember what my dog was. I'm like, I'm seeing either the improvement or the non-improvement. I'm seeing it with my own 2 dogs because I had the dog. But we never had those dogs from 30 years, 20 years ago. So of course we can't see shit. But I guarantee you, whoever owned Red Boy and those dogs in the past will tell you that ain't no fucking Red Boy dog. They'll tell you that shit. Your dog 25, that ain't no Red Boy dog, nigga. That ain't my dog. That's your dog. Because the only way you can do that is you got to have that dog up front. You got to have it at least within the 3. When they get past that, it's watered down. That shit diluted. That shit done. It's a wrap. That's just how it goes.
I think you know what I actually spoke on this a while back, that I think that we should, I'm talking on the Pitbull channel, and that we should not mention the dogs of the past. We should focus on the dogs of up closer.
Amen.
Give them their credit.
Amen.
Give them that. Give them. I understand it might got some Jeep and some of that, and the names that we all know.
Mm-hmm.
But why not get a dog up close? Let him get his shine.
I agree.
Yeah. So I think I spoke on that. It was last year. I was on I think I was on Buck City chat.
But why you think that they don't? Why do you think that?
Because those dogs are just because of what those dogs did.
Facts.
Yeah, like Jeep, he fought 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why. Because of what they did, because of what the dog did.
So let me elaborate on that. So it goes back to, right, if you say you got a Jeep dog, right, but then I was the owner of a Jeep who fought 4 hours, right, and you tell me you got my dog 30 years, 50, whatever, 30 years later, however many years, right? Would you be insulted if you, like, wouldn't you as the dog man who made that dog, own that dog, be insulted for me to say that I have your dog now? When I
no. When we say that, we're not saying that we have that dog. We have the lineage, the blood of that dog.
But okay, so the blood of the dog, right? It should be of the same caliber.
Oh, absolutely. Now I would be if he's not the same caliber of a Jeep, and you saying, yeah, I would be insulted. Yeah.
That's my point. That's my point about us holding on to dogmen's legacies that proved, or dogs that were legendary, that are no longer here, that are not bred in the way to keep that dog's genes up front. For us as dog men or dog women to piggyback off their legacy just because it's popular, to me, that's insulting the dog itself. That's disrespecting the dog man and the dog, to me. Okay, because it's like I said, if you really do this shit and you had the dog and you're like, okay, you can judge what your offspring are based off the dog because you had it. And if that dog don't meet the same or better, there's no way I'm gonna call it that dog. That's how I am as a dog man. There's no way. I failed. If I digress from AK, I failed.
Right.
I'm not calling it an AK dog. It doesn't fit that level. But we just do that because it's popular. People like to hear it. Those dogs, ring bells. They're performance dogs. So okay, that's a line. That's a line. That's this line. No, it's not that line. That shit is done. It's a wrap. But deep. It sound good. And that's why over here we talk the way we do, because we about the truth over here when it comes to this dog shit, because we really cooking these dogs. We really have the vision like the old timers did. We're not stuck on what everybody talk about because it sound good. No, we in the lab trying it. We've made mistakes. We've had triumphs. We might have crossed something that you would have never did that made our dogs better. Like, these are the things that the old timers did in the past to make these top tier dogs that we talk about still to this day. They did those things. And the reason why is because they didn't have the internet. They didn't have everybody. They had their little group of dog men, probably in their neighborhood, probably the few guys they knew. They knew the formula. They was out there doing it, making these dogs really do what it do. They're like, oh shit, that's how we do this shit. Let's go. Let's do it. Hey man, I love your dog, man. I mean, hey, my dog was out there breeding with that hound dog over there. Shit, man. That's what happened. Oh man, I don't give a fuck. That dog is a shit. Let me get it. Let's run it.
Yeah.
That's how they was thinking back in those days. It's not about, all that other rah-rah, the shit sound good type talk. It's about, okay, what do you have that I need that could make my dog better? I don't want to have the same dog. I need a 2026 version of my 2020 dog. I need that. I don't need the same. I need that. And that's where those outcrosses came in. That's where that vigor fucking woke the dog men up. Oh shit. Damn, I was just breeding because I didn't have nothing else to breed with. So I was breeding the siblings and shit, because that's all I had on my yard. I didn't have nothing else. You know what I mean? But then I bred with my partner's dog, and I got better dogs than I ever fucking thought I would ever get. That's how they bumped their head on that shit. That's how they did it. And it's proven when it comes to performance game dogs that the majority of the fucking heavy hitters was outcrosses. So what does that tell us as dog men? Okay, well then shit, why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? Like you said, yellow one, why are we not talking about the dogs of today and how they bred?
When you say they were heavy hitters because they were outcrosses of another breed or outcrosses of another family?
All of the above. Anything
Okay.
that's outside of your family of dogs that you bring into your blood is an outcross. Anything, whether it be another family of the same breed type or whether it be another breed. That's
Okay.
outcross.
Right, I got you. I got you. I know, but I was just saying, like, you can't say you said all of the above, so you feel like it was both.
Yes,
Or
it
you
was.
know it was both. They were bringing in these dogs with the shit because he had another breed crossed in, and are you saying it just applies for certain dogs?
No. It is all of the above. So,
Okay.
like I said, if I'm breeding performance dogs and you're not in my lab, you're not in my head, I'm just looking at dogs perform, and I have a palette of dogs in front of me that's different than mine that I can use. And because I'm trying to outperform you, and I'm looking at dogs' genetic characteristics in front of me, and I see a dog that's opposite of mine, whether it be from a different family or a different breed that shows me what I don't have, I'm going to breed it. And the old timers was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't nobody gonna tell me that they wasn't. Because if I want to beat you, I'm doing whatever it takes to beat you. You ain't telling me what to do. There ain't no rules of how I breed.
Right.
And like I said, we're not judging each other's dogs by the way they look. It's by the way they perform. And that's why there's so many different variances of the pit bull. There's so many variances.
But I think I think the pit bull is I would say it's pretty consistent phenotypically.
I mean,
if you go to some ADBA shows and kind of just look at it, you can see
that's not what we're talking about today. We're not talking about today, man. We talking about the dogs of the past, these top tier performance dogs that we still holding on to. There is variance in the phenotype. Size, colors, ears, length, bone, structure. There's variances.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with you on that. Because you got Jocko, he don't look like Jeep. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with you on that point.
And those are the ones that we still living on today, is those dogs. So if those dogs were so great, which they were, and out of respect to them, and we see variances, then what is it? Why we trying to act like we trying to breed the same and shit? Why if the OGs wasn't doing that shit? And think about it. They all had their own bloodlines for a reason. And think about it. Their bloodlines wasn't started off of how we think of a bloodline, 3, 5, 7 generations. No, it was about the dog. The bloodlines was based off the dog itself. Not, I got 7, 8 generations of the same dog. This is a bloodline. That's not how they did line. It was the dog that made the bloodline. Is that correct? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I mean, shit then. So if that dog was a top tier performer and it looked like shit, but it was a top tier performer, and guess what? That dog that's a top tier performer, grand champion, whatever it is going to have its own line. Because guess what? Everybody's going to want to breed to him because we want those genetics. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why we breed into it. We're not breeding to it because you know what, it's whatever, it's this line, and that's what. No. Whoever got the best dogs, we breed into. I don't care where it comes from. And then if you have that dog, you're gonna capitalize on it. You're gonna call it this line, you're gonna call it that line, until people say, you know what, there's something better. Now they want to breed to that. That's how it works. That's how it used to work. That's how it should work right now. It should work based off of the dog itself that's playing today. And there's different ways that we can, test our dogs for performance other than how the traditional way, if we talk about pit bulls or fighting dogs, because we can't do that in America. There's other ways that we can show a level of performance with these dogs, but at the same time, we got to think, why are we taking this dog to breed? Why are we breeding this dog? Not just because the family it comes from, we breed it because of the dog. And we're hoping and praying that that dog can produce itself or better. That's what we're hoping for. I'm not looking at his grandfather and great grandfather. Why? I don't know them dogs. I'm looking at that dog. I want that dog. His grandfather was a grand champion. Oh, that's great. I mean, I don't know his grandfather. I never saw it. But I want that dog.
So I'm looking in the chat, and Chris Delacrombe said, if it's the same breed, it's an outcross. If it's a different breed, it's a crossbreed.
Anything, hey Chris, anything that's not of the family is outcrossed. Okay, now that's like tomatoes, right? If you take something outside of your line, whether it's a crossbred or let's say outcross, now that's more of a technical term. But if you want to be specific, then Chris, you're correct. Okay, crossbreed, correct. Outcross, outside, correct. However, anything outside, if we're going to be simplistic about the mathematics, however you cross it is however you cross it, whether it be from the family or another breed, because another breed is from a whole nother family of dogs.
Right.
Outcross is a whole nother family of dogs. So technically, you're right, Chris. So technically, Chris is correct. Okay. However, it's still outside your line, so it's still outcross.
Mm-hmm.
It's still outside your family. Anything outside your family is outcrossed versus crossbred. If you want to be specific, like Chris was talking about, if it's different breed and how we can specify it, then Chris is correct. So Chris is correct. But I mean, you yellow one, you get my point though, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I just, just the different. If you bring in another breed, then it would be. I guess you could say it's an outcross. It's an outcross / crossbreed. What about that? Would that make more sense?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want to be technical, okay, how many people is going to really tell you? Like we talk about being honest, right?
But let me say this. Let me say this real. But when we as dog people, when we talk and we start talking about outcrossing, we're not thinking about another breed. Like we don't specify it and say, well, it's a, especially in the pit bull world, when we say we don't that doesn't come to mind. We say I got another breed as an outcross. When we say outcross, we just gonna automatically think it's another breed of the same. It's another family of the same breed that you brought some fresh blood into your family.
You're right.
We're not gonna think about another breed of dog. Yeah,
you're correct. Mm-hmm. That is correct. So I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's tomatoes, because who's to tell you that I didn't do that?
Mm-hmm.
And I
was just saying from me, me personally, I don't cross. I wouldn't crossbreed and say I didn't do it. Because I did a crossbreeding about I think like 2 years ago. I bred my pit bull to my American bully female, and I got some and I did it for. I was telling them, this is what they should, and I don't want to just switch topics.
No, go ahead.
But they should do it for the health. They keep talking. The bully, it's just unhealthy as fuck. I'm sorry. Throw some pit bull. I wouldn't just throw any. I had them. I got them. I had them. I only got one. He's about 13 years old now. But I bred those too. I was a big, huge, razor's edge guy, whatever. And but they just wasn't, they didn't have the best health, man. So I'm not gonna say I had the worst. Mine was more healthy than other bullies, but I think they should just, I really think that would be a good move to honestly hit the reset button, restart that shit over. Seriously.
What as far as
Or
the
if you, but if you're not going to, if you're gonna say, look, this is just a breed, it ain't really healthy. It's, you know, I mean, just if that's what you're gonna push, then just fuck it, just keep breeding the way they breed. You know, if that's what they gonna do. But you know, I would, you know, I would just want to produce a healthy dog.
you
Right.
talking about as far as the bullies go?
Yeah, the bullies. Yeah, yeah.
So when you did the pit bulls and the bullies, right? What did you
Mm-hmm.
get out of that?
I got dogs. They look more bully. They look
Mm,
more bully. They had took more of the bully trait from the female. I was doing it just to make a healthier dog, breathe better, better lungs. You
mm-hmm.
know, just a better, healthier dog. But yeah, they looked. I was so I would say they took pull more from the bully side. You
Okay.
know, I would say that. Yeah, I would say that. You know,
Were they more healthy though?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, and real hot too.
Breathe.
Huh?
They could breathe.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Mm-hmm. But they look like bullies though. They still had that not bullies like what you think of, because I had like the what they would call like I guess they would say classic, or I
The
had a
old
lot of the
yeah.
old school edge. So that's what I had. I didn't have the new Dax and Miyagi, and I didn't have that new shit, you
Yeah.
know. So, but yeah, they came out. As a matter of fact, one of the females, she just had some pups. They about what 20 days old.
Oh,
And
shit.
he had an XL. Well, he had a bully. I wouldn't call him an XL. He had a bully, a blue and white, a bully. So the puppies are like 3/4 American bully and like a quarter APBT. And
Mm.
they came out. They some nice looking puppies. The mom look good, you know, nice. The dad look good. The puppies look, you know, they young, but they real compact and shit.
Just
So
keep it
yeah.
so.
Is the guy? No, I don't own it. I sold it to a guy in
Oh,
Arkansas.
oh, oh, okay.
Yeah. So now I'm sure he is. You know, I'm sure he is gonna keep something out of it. He got like the mom was Brundle, the dad, which he bought the mom from me, and then the dad was blue and white, and he had four blacks and one blue.
Mm,
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
fire.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I commend you, Yella, because you was thinking outside the box. And your reasoning behind crossing them was to make the bully that you have better. And the point that I'm making is that's how, if you're breeding performance dogs, that's why you cross. You didn't
Mm-hmm.
take a bully, even though the bully has a pit bull in it,
Mm-hmm.
but didn't take American bully to American bully. You took your pit bull in there for that performance and to enhance it. You got
Yeah.
that bigger. It produced what you wanted. So of
Mm-hmm.
course, like you say, you're not gonna lie about it. You did it for what you did it for. But at the same time, if you're in a league of performance dogs and you did that, and you didn't want to say what you did, but you made a better dog and it outperformed your competitors, then you're gonna say what you're gonna say.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it breed. I registered to CKC, you know, because they register like mixed breed dogs or whatever. They had them, you know, so they got the top side with the APBT pig, and the bottom side with the America. My female, she was ABKC and UKC, and then my male was ADBA. So
Mm,
I took him. I registered him with the UKC. I mean, with the CKC, and I registered her with the CKC. And so I sold the puppy with CKC paperwork on them.
I
Yeah,
guess
I did.
you could have did ADBA and it would have been as a bully.
Uh,
if you wasn't being honest.
Yeah, if you wasn't being honest. But you know what? The bully breed is all mixed breed. So what?
Yeah.
well, I don't think I could have did it with the ADBA because my male is
Well, not the
ADBA.
ADBA, but I'm saying, did you say the ABKC or you said the ADBA? I'm sorry.
No. I said this. I said my male is ADBA.
Okay, I'm
The
sorry.
female was ABKC and UKC.
Oh, that's
Now I
what I'm
could have did it with the UKC. The
and the
UKC would have
ABKC.
just called them bullies. I could have just said it's a bully. They would have just said it was a bully if I
And
would have told them that. But that's not what it was.
and the
I did a crossbreeding. I bred an American. I got YouTube. I got videos on YouTube and everything, of the puppies or whatever. And I actually did it twice. I did it to a mother. I bred the same stud to a mama and a daughter. And the ones out the daughter came out had more bone because
Mm.
the daughter her dad, which I bred, I took the mama dog to somebody. His dog was like had like a lot of old Gotti stuff behind it, which you could tell it was some bulldog shit up in it. But see, that's where that bone pulled through. That bone came in from that bulldog on the daughter's dad's pedigree. Some of them had real heavy, came out with nice bone on them. Yeah. So
let me ask you this too, Yella. Was you happy with the production?
yeah, I was happy with them. I didn't keep any of them. They are close, some are close by, but I didn't keep any of them. But yeah, I was happy with what I've seen. Some of them I can go and see them, and then people send me pictures of them. So yeah, I was very happy with the way they turned out. Phenotypically, yeah, and then health wise, people were telling me
it was hot too, though, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, they were. Hot and smart. I know that when I did it, when I took Ramrod to the daughter, I know it was a red. They threw a red one. She was like the same color as the dog in my avatar, and she was hot because the guy bought two. He bought a male and a female, and the female was real hot. She was real hot, big bone. I seen her like, damn, I should have kept her ass, but I ain't say that to him. I just said it to myself. When I saw how that head shape was there, that bone was there, but I had sold the dog or whatever, and then I think he ended up she was too hot, so he let his cousin get in there. He said the bitch got away or some shit. Happened, but that bitch was nice. He had got an ear crop, beautiful bitch. I when she was a puppy, because all the puppies came out brundle. The mom was blue fawn, the daddy was brundle. So they all came out brundle and fawn, and she was like a reddish color. And I told him, I said, I texted him, I said, I changed my mind, I'm a keeper. And I rechanged my mind. I went on here and let him get, let him get it. He had, he'd been a loyal customer. He done bought several dogs from me. So I went on, let him get her. He named it, Katana. That's what he called that bitch, Katana. He Katana, and one name was Goro. I guess he was the Mortal Kombat theme and shit. But so Goro and Katana, and she was hot. She was getting on his ass. Like she was real hot and beautiful too. Big bond. I wanted when I seen her when she was about 5 months. I wanted to say, man, let me get that bitch back. But I didn't say that though. So I should have,
Yeah. He lost her. He might as well.
Yeah, he let his cousin get her. He let his cousin keep her because she was too hot and shit. And I think he said his cousin said she got away from him. So I was like, damn, yeah. Then she was yeah. So, but like I said, I did that breed and I did it twice. Now the second time when I took the mama to him, like she didn't have a lot of that bulldog Gotti shit behind her. So they didn't come out as boned up as the daughter's puppies did. But that's the one that the mom, her daughter is the one that just had the puppies that's 20 days old. But they still came out nice though. They phenotypically took after their mom though. I mean, I can honestly say that.
I mean, shit. But see, that's what we talking about. What you did, that's how real dog men think. You wanted to improve something. You had a bully, you got a dog that's a performance dog, your pit bull. There was a reason why you did that shit. And then you got what you wanted to see.
And then I did it. I'm telling the bully people, like, this what y'all need to do. That's why I really did it. They need help, man. Seriously, like that. That's why I'm like, this one, it's gonna set the breed back, and man, do this. I'm telling, do it. But if you find with the issues and the breed, if you find with that, and you just want to accept it and say this is what the bully breed is, and just accept it, fuck it, and just leave it like it is.
Well, okay, I can piggyback off of what you was feeling and what what your vision was and why you did it, because I came wanting to create a performance bully, right, with the bully features, but working of a pit bull. But at the same time, you're going to get the variance between the two, and so you might get some that have the size but not enough drive, or you might get some with the drive but not enough size. And then with the bully community, they're all about looks only.
Right.
don't want the dog to have no drive. So then what I learned is that I'm barking up a tree that don't want me to be barking up it. You see what I'm saying? Like you said,
Mhm.
you're doing something to correct something, but they rather have that look over health. Period.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not bully,
Mm-hmm.
don't want it. If it's not, you know what I mean? So they'll deal with that breathing problem. They'll deal as long as that shit's bully as hell. That's all they want, man. So
Yeah.
that's more of a personal
Put the off
thing
right
I
there.
learned, you know.
And another thing, like if when I was telling them when I was saying that they should do this, I wasn't saying just breed it in like this dog in my avatar. He real gamey, you know. He real. Now his dad though. That's I would take to a certain type of pit bull. You know, a certain type is kind of. You know, I mean, if you saw the dog Ramrod, the dog that I bred to the bully, he could probably, they would probably say he was a classic bully. You know, he got nice, but he ain't no bully. I'm just saying, you know, he tucked in and nice straight fronts, big bones, nice stick, a real nice rear end on him, hard body, muscles. You know, he was the type of. I said that's why I did it. I wouldn't have just did any pit bull, you know. But he was nice, man. He is nice. Now, well, I still got him, so he nice. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, I think these genes would mesh well together. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I did it.
Yep.
You know,
And that's
so
why all these variances is here today. Because that's what people are thinking. You know what I'm saying? We as dog men and dog breeders, we're not all thinking the same, and we shouldn't be thinking the same unless we trying to bring something to the table that you got. You know what I'm saying? So if you got some genetics, like I said, that I don't have, that I like, that I want to add, then of course I need that. I need that. You know what I'm saying? I need that yellow.
Mhm.
That shit right there is dope. How you cook it up? You give me the truth. Hey, I did this, I did that. Okay, cool. I can accept that because I need those genes, and then that's going to get me closer to my goal at the end of the day. But that's not what is being taught to the masses, the people in the audience who don't know any better. That's not what's being taught. They're telling you, you know, about dogs that is not playing today. There's no way you getting them dogs today. Ain't no way. And the only way you know that is keep breeding that way. But we can't keep breeding that way because we ain't got the original sauce. Does any who do we know got red boy semen on ice?
Nobody that I know of.
Nobody. That's that Key Sweat. Nobody. So then why are you talking about that playing today? You can't talk about that playing today because that's not the same dog. It's watered down. So, like you was mentioning before when you was talking on Buck City, it's like, why are we not talking about the dogs of today? Well, you know why? Because people ain't believing the hype of today. They believe the hype of the past versus what today is. And that's not what the OGs of the past was doing. The OGs was taking the dog of today and that's the dog right now. That's the line right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we not doing that because, of course, we're not in that arena, but maybe you just not believing in your dogs enough to promote it that way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I promote my dogs today. You know what I'm saying? I salute the past. Like we said, we respect the breeds, like we talked about. We're not disrespecting them. We're gonna salute them and give them their flowers, but the flowers is where it is. It's no longer now. Okay, that's the
See,
Hall of
I mean, because I misunderstood. I thought you clarified it, but when you said there were no purebred, I thought you were talking about of the past, but you talking about of today.
correct,
When you said there are no purebred, okay, I got you. Okay.
correct. Because everybody got their own variant. Everybody has
Mhm.
their own variant. We're not all using the same genetics. You know what I'm saying? We're not all getting the dogs from the same person. All of us got it from the same guy, same woman. No, it's so many different people got it, breeding it different ways, crossing it different ways, but calling it some stuff that is not playing today. We calling it blood that is not alive today. That's just watered down. It's something else. And we need to accept that. We need to accept that as dog man. Accept that that's what it is. Accept that you, as a dog man, if you're breeding, you should be creating better than anything of the past.
Right.
If you're not thinking like that, then stop breeding dogs. If you're not thinking like that, stop breeding dogs. What are you doing to the line? You're not doing nothing to the line. And we see that with sports, right? Every year, these kids coming out as better. They're getting better. They're not the same.
Facts.
They're getting better. Why are we not breeding dogs like that? Why not? Why not we not talking about the dogs right now? Like that's the shit today. You know what I'm saying? I should be
So
coming.
you think, I mean, you think the basketball players of today are better than the basketball players of the 90s?
Well,
Hell
I
no.
mean, there's only one. There's only really one that's really supreme right now. But I mean, Kobe's fucking dope. I mean, there's a lot of dope ass basketball players, man.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the variances. Different players we like for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
They're great for their own reason. That's a variant.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It's a variant.
The
Now,
NBA.
watch this. If Michael Jordan, for example, being, the GOAT, which people might debate, but we're going to put him as the GOAT in basketball. If he bred right, not bred, but he married, or let's say he had two different baby mamas and he had kids by him. Who's to say that one of his baby mamas might produce a kid that surpasses him? Because look at Steph Curry. Look at these kids whose dads was in the league look at Kobe.
Yeah.
Right.
That's breeding. That's genetics. That's called an outcross.
Yo.
What's up, Corey?
What up, Corey?
Breed.
What's good, gang? How y'all doing?
Oh, we just cooking, man. You know what I mean? Yellow one over here, adding to the cook up. We just cooking.
What's good,
Yeah.
yellow one? I see you, yellow one.
Okay, what's going on?
What's good, big dog?
Oh man,
I see your work, but what you got going on?
just doing my thing, doing my pit bull stuff, pretty much, basically.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But I mean, you understand what I'm saying, Yellow, about the variance?
Yeah, I got you.
And then the people, like you said, but basketball, there's a reason why we like Iverson. There's a reason why we like the different players. There's a reason. It's because of the variance. It's not because they're the same.
But I wanted to know, like, why you asked that question though, Yella? Why did you ask? Do we think the basketball players in the '90s or you asked, was the basketballs of today better than the '90s?
Because I think the league it's a softer league today than it was in the 90s. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
wait.
way softer.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Now wait. A lot of these niggas in the league now, they ain't cut from that 90s clout like how a lot of them is that's cut.
That's why I said that.
Now
I
wait.
agree.
Now don't get me wrong. We got a handful of that is, but like Adrian Edwards and what's the other young boy that came out before him? That's with the Grizzlies. What's his name?
Ja Morant.
Morant. Yeah.
All right, now look, you see them two? Now I can't speak for a lot of them. Now them young niggas, they're a bit younger than me, but for as much as what they biting off of, you see them two young niggas right there? Them two young niggas, they like, yeah.
They got that hybrid Vega.
They got that Jordan, Kobe Bryant mentality. They got that Kareem Abdul.
You just mentioned Jordan from the past. You just brought up Jeep.
But wait, Adrian Edwards more of a
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony
Edwards. He more of a
That's Jordan.
Yeah, he more of a Jordan reincarnation. John Morant, he more of a how I can say, he more like a Kobe in the 90s. Yeah, not like Kobe from like the recent years. He more like Kobe from the 90s.
with the
Now
fro.
we ain't got athletes. We ain't got athletes like them two. Not like them two.
So the reason I was asking, because I thought this was going to be a good part of the cook up, right? Is
Okay.
because we were talking about the dogs of the past and the dogs now, and you said like what you said on Buck City, like why we ain't talking about the dogs right now.
Right.
Right? So
Uh-oh, somebody shit on fire.
who that?
That's me. It
That's
done
yellow.
got hot. That
Oh,
heater
is that
just
like
done
yellow?
got too hot. That's all. Let me hit mute. I'm about to hit mute.
That's yellow.
Oh, that's yellow.
Go ahead, Doro.
All right. So I was saying the yellow, like, well, really everybody. But I was saying, like, you know how we were saying, like, we can't talk about, the dogs of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because the dogs of the past, it's like, why, why nobody want to talk about the dogs of the day? It's just like, why nobody really talk about the players of today? But I know the players of the day in basketball, and I know they kind of weak. They kind of suck.
All right. I can answer that. I can answer that. I'm finna answer that. I'm finna answer that for all y'all right now. Look, and
He
I just came
drunk,
up with
man.
it. When the dogs up today ain't got no merit. The
That's
dogs
true.
up today ain't got no merit. They ain't what we doing with the dogs right now. They ain't got no merit to what they was doing with the dogs in the past. And
Facts.
that is not what we trying to accomplish. We is not trying to produce dog on dog. That is not what we trying to accomplish right. That is not what we as far as what our group trying to produce. We is not trying to produce dog on dog. That is not the goal. If you producing dog on dog, you going against the grain now. Not saying that you going against the grain, but like you kind of going against the grain because you leading yourself into
A jail
uh,
cell.
yeah, thank you. You leading yourself into a jail cell. So don't do that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. But
But I
again,
think
go ahead. Go ahead, Doro.
no. Go ahead, coach. Go ahead.
I would say because we're talking performance dogs and people want something to lean on to validate their dogs, which as far as their performance, then like if we're talking the pit bull, you know, like you were saying, Corey, what they were doing validated what they were talking about as far as what they were produce, right? But even still, they had a lot of breedings that did not produce what their dogs were.
They
They,
not producing what they dogs supposed to be. Exactly. They not.
and the only dogs that elevated past that dog that was being talked about and revered was the ones that performed either the same or better. And
That
those are
perform.
few and far between, right? And that goes with what the analogy of kind of what you were saying, yellow one with the 90s and the players of now. It was different times in the 90s
Mm-hmm.
versus today. Now,
And then versus through the 80s and the 70s and the 60s because those two eras that's before the 90s, those two eras got a lot more time to do with what they needed to do before the feds got into play. You see what I'm
yes,
saying? So we ain't get to experience that experience. So
correct.
we can't go back and do what they was doing back in the 60s, back in the 70s, and back in the 80s. We could only try to duplicate what they did in the 90s, and we could barely do what they was doing in the 90s.
Facts. Now, this is why understanding how to breed dogs is important. Now, you study pedigrees, we know that can lead you down a rabbit hole.
That could lead you down a stupid rabbit hole.
So If we understand that, and if we understand the mind state of the old timers, they wasn't studying no pedigrees.
They weren't
That's
studying no
that's
pedigrees.
that's
They going out straight dog.
they offer straight dogs, exactly. So if we understand that, and those are the dogs that we revere today that was performing, then why are we not doing what they did in the past to make these top tier dogs? Why are we depending on pedigrees, which is not true? 50% not true. We're gonna take a coin flip and flip it true or false. That's all we're gonna do with pedigree. It could be true, it could be false. That's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna discredit it all the way, but it's still a coin flip. So based off of that coin flip, why are we betting on that? Why are we not doing like dogmen of the past or the originators of the breed? The originators of the breed was crossbreeding, outcrossing, line breeding, inbreeding to create. The performance dog guys of the past was outcrossing, crossbreeding, inbreeding. To why are we not doing those things today to make top tier dogs? Why are we depending on what we think they did versus what we know they did?
Exactly.
That's my thought. Okay? Why all of a sudden Kobe comes out of his mom and dad's DNA and he's better than his dad at the hoop? Why did Steph Curry come out of his mom and dad's DNA and he's better than his dad? Because of that outcross.
Because of that outcross. Because of that outcross.
That's why.
But
That's
I'm
what you make better.
And you don't think it got nothing to do with, so you don't think it got nothing to do with like just practice. You think
Of
Kobe's
course.
dad work ethic was the same as Kobe's? I don't think so.
Okay,
I
I was
don't. Hey,
go ahead.
I'm gonna agree with you with that, Yellow. I'm gonna agree with you on. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. You want to know why? Because we don't know how Kobe's father's work ethic was. We ain't get to see that.
Yeah, we sure did that. And
Kobe's father, we don't know if Kobe.
Watch this though. Okay, Kobe's father made it in the league, did he not?
Yeah.
Okay, so that must mean that he was of a level to be able to perform and to get to the league. So I mean, you got to be top tier to make it to the league. Now, whether you excel and be a superstar, that's who you are. So it goes back to the freaking nature. Kobe come from the DNA of his daddy. He got the talent of his daddy to a degree, but Kobe is still himself. He's a product of his mama and his daddy. Now, that might be the reason why Kobe worked maybe harder. Maybe his dad worked hard as Kobe too, but Kobe's DNA with his mom and his dad made him better. They might have worked the same, but Kobe's talent, because of his DNA genetic pool, is better than his daddy. I'm sure his dad looks at him like, yo, you better than me. Yeah, we work the same, but you can do way more than I could do. I'm sure that's something that his daddy can say.
Oh, I could even put another variance to that. Look at Steph Curry, his brother, and his dad all in the NBA. And you could see the grade and the upgrades and
the other brother kind of like the daddy.
And the downgrades.
So the brother would be the downgrade.
Yeah.
Like he so the brother kind of like the daddy, like Dale. He's sort of like Dale, he on the same level as Dale.
But a little bit better.
But a little bit better. But then Steph just above both of them. He top tier.
He's the freak of nature.
He's the freak of nature.
The hybrid vigor.
The hybrid vigor. Facts. Facts. Now watch this. They might have two sons, right? They might both have sons, and then the brother's son is better than Steph Curry's son.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, what you were talking about earlier about your nephews.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's vigor, because we got married to two different, or let's say him and his brother got two different family, like their wives are from two different families. So we don't know how that genetics is going to hit. It goes back to like how people be taking studs, right? They breed to, let's say, might be two different bitches, right? And then they're not producing nothing, and they think, oh, the stud is a dud. Well, maybe you just didn't breed them to the right bitch.
Right.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
So I'm still trying to understand why the dogs of today are not being talked about?
Cause they don't. Cause
They're scared of change,
yeah,
possibly.
they don't have merits to their names. That's it. They don't have merits to
Mm-hmm.
their names.
I agree with you on that, Corey.
That's just it. They don't have merits to their names. They don't got nothing that they don't have a record. They don't have
Reputation.
a reputation. They don't have a show record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They probably produced one or two litters, but are these litters got a
being
champion?
top.
Yeah, do any of these litters have champions in them or anything like that? You
Right.
see what I'm saying? Shit like that.
That's
And
true.
I want to say this too. I think also um the dogs was able to, like, the people had if you had a lot of land, then you can house a lot of dogs. So there were a
Yeah,
lot of
I mean,
like Jeep.
if you can house a lot of dogs, you can house a lot of dogs. But if you ain't got nothing on your yard, then
But hold on, no. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying this is how certain dogs, like okay, like Jeep did what he did, but he was bred a lot.
he
You
was
know,
bred
I,
a lot.
and
Yeah,
I
but
know I remember somebody say they went to a yard. I want to say they might have went to Crenshaw's yard, and he had 50 offspring out Jeep on one yard.
Wow.
50. 50.
yeah,
Wow.
look, but see, yellow. I don't watch your channel, yellow.
Okay.
I know game dogs. I know
Uh-huh.
game dogs. So when you say somebody got 50 Jeep or they got something of red boy, man, them starters,
Mm-hmm.
them starter AP American people
Right,
is them
right,
them dogs,
like prospects, yeah.
yeah, them prospects, them people get them dogs for a little bit of get them dogs $200.
Wow,
People
that's
get them
that back
dogs
in those
for a
days.
little bit of nothing. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you talking about getting a full blown Bujo Eli dog, or you talking about a Niggerino dog, or we going as far as Mayday or some shit like that. Come on now, man. We talking about shit that was recent, like 15, 20 years ago. We ain't talking 30, we ain't talking
Mm-hmm.
40 years. We talking 15 years ago when the shit was thriving. The shit wasn't thriving 15, 13 years ago.
But okay, so check this out. What I think you saying, Yella, is that because he was able to have so many of those dogs, he was able to see, or they were able to really see which dogs was on the level and which dogs wasn't, because you
Yeah,
got
yeah, that helped, right.
them in
Mm-hmm.
there.
It helped.
Mm-hmm.
Look, that helped, but
Because
Yes,
he had
obviously
the
it wasn't
space, he
producing
had the
at the
land,
same.
you know.
yes. And that's the only way you're gonna know when you got the offspring, to see what level you playing at based off the offspring, because each dog that you produce off of, let's say, Red Boy, is going to be different, just like we talked about the Steph brothers. Okay, excuse me, the Curry brothers. Excuse me. You're going to be able to witness the difference in those genetics and see who's going to perform and not perform, or who's going to perform better than. The only way you can do that is to have a yard or have people connected to you that you can watch all your dogs and say, okay, damn it, man, the one I thought wasn't going to be the one is the one.
That too, and then you just can't do it off one or two females. You got to do it off five,
That's a
six
fact.
females.
That's a fact. As many as you can, honestly.
You need and you need and you can't you just can't have three crosses. You gotta have six, at least six crosses. That's the least.
Yeah, I mean that's if you're able to do that on that level.
That
I
and
mean,
that's if you able to do that. Tom going to set up here and talk said it on the whole interview. Man, I can't produce all the crosses I want. I need $1,000. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need all y'all for.
he said that he needed 1,000.
He said he needed 1,000. He said he needed 1,000 dogs. He said he needed to do 1,000 dogs to do the outcrosses that he wanted to do. And guess what? He said I can't do it by myself. He said I need y'all. I need the rest of y'all to do it.
Shit.
Oh, y'all mean the people he be selling dogs to?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
did you hear what Corey said? That now Tom Garner is a very respected dog breeder of pit bulls. So I mean, we all can agree to that, correct?
Right.
Now, if Tom Garner says, because we respect him on his level, he's been in the game, he's earned his respect. He says he need 1,000 dogs for him to outcross, for him to do the outcrosses that he want to do. Key word, outcrosses.
Mm-hmm.
He say he can't even. He say he can't even do the Chinaman cross that he want to do because guess what? He got to go through Sorrells. He got to double back and go through Boudreaux. He got to double back and go back through a few more people, just to do the crosses that he want for himself. Man, look here. Ain't nobody finna sit up here do that.
It's too much work.
That's too much work. And then look. Say for instance, Yellow, how long you probably been in the game? What? Going on 20 years now?
About something like that. About a little bit over 20, yeah.
A little bit over 20.
Yeah.
Man, they got niggas in the game, been in this shit about 30 years, 40 years. Come on now, they ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
They got motherfuckers ahead of us. They got motherfuckers that beat us to the punch already. They did the work.
Right.
They done did the work. So we talking about doing this shit. Man, they done got motherfuckers that did this. Man, they did this shit.
Okay, Corey, you cooking tonight, man.
Put shit together. Guess what, man? We trying to do something. We trying to start something new.
Word.
That's all it really is. We trying to start something new.
But you know what, Corey? It's based off of what the old timers was doing back in the day. Like you said, they've been did it before. So all we doing is taking their vision and then how they was thinking and how, let's say, salute to Tom Garner, how he thinking, man, if I could do 1,000 crosses. See, we taking that recipe of the old timers.
And guess what? We ain't gotta do 1,000 crosses. Guess what? Dogs probably been crossed. The dog have been crossed what? Umpteen amount of times already. You ain't gotta do all them crosses now.
But
you ain't gotta do all them crosses now. Guess what? I got dogs. You got dogs.
That's a
he
cross.
got dogs.
That's a cross.
That's a cross.
Okay, so what?
As long as I look, I got a family of dogs. You got a family of dogs. You got a family of dogs. Them crosses.
Right, but
we ain't even gotta keep putting. We ain't even gotta keep putting Boudreaux, Sorrell, Garner on the back on the back ends of these dogs no more. We ain't gotta keep putting their names on the back ends of these dogs. These are dogs.
Right. I understand what you're saying. You're correct. But this is what I mean by like what I understand what Garner meant was the variances of the dogs he want to cross, those 1,000 outcrosses that he has a vision for, they're going to add something different to his line.
That's
the reason why he's thinking about, let's say, 1,000 crosses. And the only reason why he's thinking like that is because he's been cooking for so many years. He's seen in his own lab that when he breathed too tight, he get away from his vision. So he's understood by his crosses that he get better dogs. So now his mind goes into like, damn, this person got a dog. I know so many people in the dog game. They got dogs. I would love to bring my dog to him, her. That's why he does that. So just like you said, hey, I got dogs. Duro got dogs. Yella got dogs. The chat got dogs. I mean, how many dogs we might like? I might have 100 people that I like their dogs I want to cross to. That's
absolutely.
You know what I mean, so that that's why I said that's how the old timers think or thought, because they was in the level cooking and they saw what they seen in the dog that they didn't see in their dogs. That's the only reason why they want to breed to that.
Absolutely.
It just might happen to be a Boudreaux or this dog or that dog. And again, who knows what Tom Garner's really doing in his yard? He ain't gonna tell you.
He got
his own fucking registry. He can cook up his dog the way he wants.
Yeah, he cook up his dog fuck you want it and send it to you on the fucking platter. Don't give it shit. Take 2,000 and you gonna take it or leave it. Shit.
You gonna take it or leave it. Facts.
And he ain't gonna take he ain't gonna tell you no less. He ain't gonna tell you no more. Shit, 2,000. You take that motherfucker leash, collar and all. Take that motherfucker. he ain't finna cry. He ain't finna cry if you tell him shit. I can't pay 2,000. He ain't finna cry. He ain't finna shed a tear. Shit. He finna put that bitch back in the cage.
That's right.
And tell you go about your business.
That's right.
Cause guess what?
Cooking.
He got the
He been cooking all day.
he got the name behind the dog. He put the work in behind the dog. He feeding the dog. You make sure the dog gonna come with papers. The dog gonna come with everything you want. You know what I'm saying? To sell you the dog for $2,000. Guess what? If you ain't buying this motherfucker for $2,000, he finna put that bitch up in your face. Say you go home.
Yeah, salute the Garner, man. That's how you supposed to be. You know what I mean? You got your money
And
right.
that's how you supposed to be with your shit.
Period.
You ain't,
I will say Garner. He inspirational though. He really is.
I mean, he inspirational because guess what? He the man with the dog. He the man with the lead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with this nice facility, and all the
Yeah, because he as far as much as I love Floyd Boudreaux, Tom Garner got it because he kept up. Floyd Boudreaux couldn't keep up.
Yep.
Yeah, so
he got away with most shit. Floyd, he couldn't get away with the shit that he could have got away with. Tom Garner got away with a lot more shit than what he could have. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he up. You can't knock that. He up. He's up there. He produced a top high caliber dog.
Yep.
And guess what? The shit legit. You can't be mad at that.
At all. At all.
Oh.
You know.
Hey, Yella.
Go ahead.
What's up?
What's your Instagram?
The same as Yellow One, same as YouTube.
Yellow One.
It's I think I got the same picture. It's on the profile. Yep.
Man, hey, this is a beautiful cook up, man.
This is a beautiful cook up. Shit,
this week, last week, man. Both weeks we was cooking.
Man, and this is why I like the classroom that we have, because we can talk freely and speak our mind as dogmen, and nobody's, we're not like, oh, you're wrong, shut up, I don't want to hear, it's like, no, we need to hear different,
yeah, we need to hear
we can talk. Yeah, that's I enjoy the conversation.
And be on level ground.
Definitely like that earlier though. Niggas was definitely like that earlier. Niggas they was definitely shut up, all that shit. But you know what I'm saying? We ain't a bunch of bitches over here. We a bunch of men, so we don't take shit personal. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
That's the thing. So like, that's what make us, and I always tell, and I always say it in our group chat, like that's what separate us from the other people in the communities. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't trying to fuss and fight amongst each other. We trying to build, and we listen and we learn each other. We learn from it. We learn from each other. Like Corey come in talking, you know what I mean, talking that shit. Yella come in talking that shit. Coach talking that shit. Reddy talking that shit. So it's like,
talking that shit.
Huh?
In the chat too.
In the chat.
Yeah, chat talking that shit.
Right.
And that's what this is about. It's classroom shit. I want us to think outside the box. I want us to think like the breeds we love, the people who pioneered of their day. I want us to think like them. You know what I'm saying? But we got to change our mindset from how everybody else think. We got to go back into the essence of being creators, being engineers, like really looking at the dog and having a reason why we cook. Not cooking because that's what everybody say how we should cook. We need to cook like Tom Gardner. We need to cook like Boudreaux or all these other names that we don't even know that got top tier dogs all over the world.
That shit gotta cook better than them.
Because when they was breeding, guess what? they was going against the grain.
Facts.
They was going against the grain. They when they was making their dogs, they was creating the dogs that we trying to make now. You see
Today.
what I'm saying?
Facts.
That we are making now. You see what I'm saying? They was hoping they was going to create the dogs that we making now.
Yeah.
Them dogs that they thought they was making, that's not the dogs that they wanted. The dogs that's being created today, those are the dogs that they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. I'm sure Tom Garner's more happy with his dogs today than the ones of the past. I guarantee you that.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah. Oh
saying?
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can the dogs of the past are the dogs of the past.
Pass.
Pass. Key word. Pass.
Are the dogs of the past. Those dogs aren't here. You not finna. I mean, you could get a similar dog, but you're not gonna get that dog back.
Nope.
That dog gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. Now you could get a descendant of that dog. Yeah, you could. Man, you might get one that might look just like it, but it ain't gonna be that dog.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the same.
It ain't gonna be
Hey,
the
hey,
same.
Tom, he
And
got some straw. He got some straws off Chinaman still, don't he?
not,
He put straws on a lot of his shit.
but
Oh,
that's the
okay.
thing. You gotta bring that to man. You gotta bring them straws to a new bitch.
Yeah, that's what he doing though.
You
Oh
gotta
yeah.
bring
Oh
that.
yeah.
You gotta bring that to a new bitch. That ain't gonna be the same bitch
It's not gonna be
from
the same
night.
dog. Facts.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be the same bitch from
That day.
1989. Ain't gonna be this. You see him? So
And
you
even
got,
if you bring him to his watch this, even if you bring him to his mama, it's not gonna be the same dog.
it ain't gonna be
Right.
the same dog. So you
And that's
got
why, like you said, we got to get off that past shit, pay homage, show respect.
yeah,
Right?
pay homage.
If we're not
Pay
breeding
homage.
better,
I
then
mean,
why are you doing it?
if that's in your dog, now see, look, if that's in your dog pedigree, kudos. I'm happy for you. If that's in your dog pedigree, what, 15 years back down the line, that's good shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you want? What you want somebody to say?
They want you to say that dog is that dog
Man,
still
what you
today.
want us to give
My
you?
man.
A
Hey,
slap on the ass? You want to give you a slap on the ass? Your
No,
dog
please, no, please,
got some
no,
champion
please.
blood 15 years, 20 years, 30 years back. Shit. Okay.
Oh, man.
Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, we gonna salute it.
Yeah, salute that. Cause like, man, shit. Your dog come from that? Shit. If that's what's in your dog pedigree, shit, you can't do nothing but salute that. If it's real. I mean, if it's real, I
We
can't.
ain't
I
saluting
can't.
shit unless
I
it's
mean,
unless it's
shit.
three generations. If it's three
Let
generations, I'll salute it. But other than that, man, that shit watered down, man.
yeah,
it's
it's fine.
watered down, but like, if it's there, man, shit, flex it. But still at the same time, man, come on now. Ain't nobody really getting what you trying to put in other people's head. You know what I'm saying? Okay, your dog champion this 5 times, 6 times, whatever. Okay. Is that the dog now?
No.
No.
No, you ain't doing that with that dog. So sit down somewhere with that. And I mean,
Oh
you
man.
ain't finna go risk. You not finna go risk 5 years of federal penitentiary time with that dog. So sit down with that shit.
Hey,
If you
some of
doing
them
that,
are.
then okay. I mean,
Some
You
stupid
shouldn't
cats
even
are.
want that dog anymore.
Hey, some of these cats is doing that dumb shit,
exactly.
which is like ridiculous. It don't make no sense.
Thank you.
Now watch this. I had a pit bull program I told y'all before, and I loved it. I loved it with an ED. What made me not love it is the community itself because they ain't paying for them type of dogs, man. They ain't gonna
They
imagine,
paying for that. They gonna pay you top dollar for that.
they not paying for them damn dogs. You just mentioned something about Tom Garner. Okay, imagine how many
Yeah,
people
that's
on Tom
it.
Garner's line when he says $2,000 and they be over there stuttering and buttering like, oh, can I get it for that? Imagine how many people he get versus the ones that really pay. how many calls he get from these people who call Tom and he say, man, I need $3,000 for this shit. Oh, wait, dog, I thought it was only gonna be $1,000. Wow. Nigga, what? The pit bull community, them cats is the cheapest. They the cheapest ever when it come to dogs, man.
Man, I don't think when it come to Tom, I don't think they be trying to talk Tom down though.
And I guarantee
it ain't no talking on. That's the thing.
Well, okay, they might talk him down, but he might not come down. He might come down a couple hundred, you know what I'm saying? Because like if somebody hit me up, if somebody hit me up right and they want to get a pup and they like I know shipping gonna cost, you know what I'm saying, the transport, depending on how far they is. I might work with them, help you out with the shipping cost.
If you can't come get that bitch, you
Tom
ain't finna
Gardner,
come get
man. I
that
don't
bitch.
think he's negotiating shit. Matter of fact, let's say if you're a repeat buyer,
No, I don't think Tom is. He might. I don't know though. Go ahead.
I just don't think he is because he's already, like he got
established.
a name and clout and
he established
repeat business. It's like if
you're probably right. Yeah. And that's why I was saying. That's why I was saying they probably don't even come to Tom with this shit.
Yeah, they ain't finna come to Tom with that
and
shit.
Niggas gonna come jugging anybody. You know that shit.
And that's just like right now, right? I got a little pup now. He's about 12 weeks, about 10 weeks old, 9-10 weeks old. I want $1,200 for him. And shit, I mean, hell, that's the price I want for him.
But man, look, if a motherfucker ain't close around you to come get that
hell no. Fuck, that's a deposit.
Man, look, if they ain't close enough to come pull up on you and come get that bitch, that motherfucker ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Oh, you don't believe in using transporter?
It ain't that I don't believe in using transporter, but I'm just saying that cut out your money.
No. Well, I mean,
that cut out your.
Not really. I mean, they gotta pay for the transport. I don't pay for the transport.
If they gotta pay for the transporter, what's the point of them coming get the dog? What's the point of them getting the dog then? Because they finna spend buku.
Because they far away. I sent the dog I sent the dog to Seattle, Washington, Oregon. I'm in Mississippi. So I sent one in Oregon, Seattle, Washington, California. Yeah, it's far from where I'm from. Yeah,
that's far. That's a couple thousand. That's a couple thousand miles.
That's why that transport is important.
You got to use the transporter, so you got to pay. Well, they got to pay them, but they might say, I might say, well.
So what's transport from Mississippi to Oregon? That's.
I think that lady might have paid
maybe 3,000,
maybe six something, maybe
600 or 6,000.
Like like $650 or $600 or something like that.
You done spent 2,000 in gas.
So Corey, how the fuck you think we're gonna get one of Coach dogs?
Man, you
y'all gotta go get it. Y'all gotta go drive.
Look, if you smart like me, you better go get that bitch.
Of course, he gonna come up and drive up and pull up on me.
Yeah, who you think finna get their money away like that?
Fuck that.
Boy said he'd rather pay the gas money.
Man, see, look, you must be crazy. I ain't finna get nobody that if I go get it. That don't.
Man, you gonna be tired. You gotta rent a car, bro. You gotta rent. It's cheaper for the transport. You gotta rent a car.
Man, it might be cheaper.
And then you gotta pay for gas. You gotta rent the car.
Man,
Coach, where you at, Coach?
I'm in California.
Okay, man. Where y'all at?
I'm in Louisiana, but I got land in Mississippi too. But
okay, well, to go from Louisiana to California, it's gonna be cheaper to use a transporter, man, than rent a car. Then you're gonna be tired and shit. You gotta get a hotel. You gotta get a hotel and shit. You gotta eat. Man, you better use the train. I'll give you the number to one of my transporter. Now, y'all might have heard of a white dude from Texas named Matt. Y'all ever heard of him?
No,
Matt, I don't think.
Matt got like a Sprinter van. He got like a Sprinter van. He got like I want to say he got like 16 shelves built on one side of it, and it hold like the top row hold 8 crates. And then the bottom row hold 8 crates. It's dope.
Man,
how
he must be moving buku people shit at one time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
He in the business. That's
yeah. He got a Sprinter van. Yeah, that's what he do. Yeah.
He in the business of
he's
transporting.
Yeah, that's what he do for a living. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't knock that. You in the business of transporting.
Was he charged? Yellow?
He just depend on where you know how far it is, you know where you
Yeah,
going.
it's gonna all
I
depend
think
on
he
where you
took
going.
one. He brought one from DC. He bought a puppy from DC to Mississippi. I'm in Jackson for like he charged me like $400.
Oh, that's a good damn price.
That's good
Yep, he
damn.
charged me $400.
How long ago was that? You know,
That's a hell of
everything
a
went up
price.
in prices now. Shit.
Huh?
I said, how long ago was that? Because you know everything, the inflation.
That
Then
was
took.
in June.
Hey, shit, damn it, man.
Yeah,
That
money.
ain't yeah,
Yeah.
that ain't
You use
bad.
the
But
crown shit.
still, like
Yeah.
shit. He in the business of moving dogs.
That's what they do. They transporters.
He in
That's
the
what they
Yeah,
do.
that's
business,
what he
so
do.
he
Yeah.
gonna cut. So he gonna cut you a deal.
No,
Yeah.
Corey. Like
He
That's
gonna
the
cut you
rate.
a deal because
That's the rate.
man, shit. He moved. He probably moving 12 other nigga dogs.
Yeah,
yo,
I told you he can do 16.
So see, look there. He probably moved, man. He probably moving 12 other nigga dog. Shit, he probably like shit. I'll stop over there 400. I'm going that way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how they do.
that's how he
You know
ride
what
it.
I'm
Like
saying?
like
Shit.
when you
That's
call him, when
that's
you
what
hit
I'm
him up,
saying.
like when you hit him up, and he'll be like, "Well, I can get this puppy. I'll be going that way. It might be 2 weeks away. You might have to hold the puppy for 2 weeks in order for his route to go that way. You know, to go to the East Coast or go to the Midwest or go to out west. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
and then sometimes he might say, "Well, I can be there in 2 days." It just
See what I'm
depends on when
saying?
you call him. Yeah, it depends on when you call him and
Yeah,
when
when
he
you
leaving back
call,
out.
yeah.
Now you know what I
Yeah.
normally use. I use a what they call a pet nanny, and they fly my puppies to you, so you get your shit the next day.
You
Damn.
get your shit next
Okay, yeah,
day.
I heard of
I
it. I
heard
heard of
about
it.
that shit.
Coach,
You know what
how
I mean?
much
And
that
I do that because of I actually had two dogs. I'm gonna say one dog in particular. I'm gonna say one dog in particular. I had one dog that I bought from a breeder that was on a transport, and it came here, and the motherfucker had parvo and shit, and then the breeder blamed it on the transport. So I'm like,
Bullshit.
damn it, man. I mean, shit. So I'm fucking dealing with a dog with a parvo that cost me $10,000, and you gonna blame it on the transport? So ever since
How
I
long
had,
the transporter had the dog?
I really don't know, man. I mean, he did the same thing that what you was talking about, based off of the timing and the route. He had
That's what
other.
I'm saying. So I'm saying the transporter told you when he picked up, he's like, "Hey, coach, I got the puppy, right?"
No, the breeder just told me like, "Hey, man, he gonna ship your dog at this time and da 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 da." Because that was my
Man,
first time dealing with.
it take
he
3
said
days.
Now
Man,
my
that?
it
this
take 3
dude
Now,
here,
days for Parvo to.
this guy here that I deal with, he gets your number. Once he get the puppy from me, he call you. Hey, I got your puppy. Then he start communicating with you.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know,
the breeder was the one that was communicating with me. Told me, "Hey, he came pick up the dog. He's en route. So you should see the dog in about 2 days," type shit. But my point is that I spent $10,000 for a dog, and he had parvo. So then me having that experience, I don't want to risk you getting a dog from me, going on a transport, and then getting parvo. So I would rather deal with the pet nanny who's taking my dog. She might have two dogs in the max, but most of the time when they take my dogs, is one, because I got bigger type dogs, right? So she fly it out, but that price range is anywhere from about $750 to $1,000. But at the same time, you as my consumer, I know that dog ain't gonna come with no parvo on that fucking airplane.
Right.
It shouldn't come with no
and
Parvo
then
on
and
that
then and
airplane because
then
the dog
also
already come in clean. And
the
if
dog probably already had parvo. He
the
didn't catch it
dog,
on
it
the
yeah,
already.
transport.
already had Parvo.
Yeah,
I
he
agree.
sent
Yeah.
The
it for
dog, I
Parvo.
had already had Parvo.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
He
But
already.
And to ask the dude question in the comments, shit, that's from when you don't clean your dogs around their cage and they get sick. Parvo happened like after 3 days.
yeah, one thing about parvo, boy, that's a sleeper. You never know when you're gonna
Young
get that.
ass.
Yeah, you never know when you gonna
Yeah.
catch that. Yeah, so you need to, if you got like dogs in like close quarters, you need to keep them clean.
Facts.
Yeah, parvo's the worst. You know what I mean? But you know what? I'm thankful that I had it, because now I know how to fucking beat the
Yeah,
shit.
you know how to go about addressing
I
that.
know how to cure. I know how to cure a dog with
Yeah.
parvo and shit now. So, but yeah, that's after $2,000 going to the vet.
Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? Got raped. But hey, I mean, you know how we do, man. I love talking this real dog man talk right here, man. And I love
Facts.
this. I love this classroom type of talk that we got, because I get to sit back down as the coach. You know what I mean? Listen to my other coaches, get coached by other coaches. you know what I mean, and learn something that I didn't have a clue about, and appreciate it too. Like appreciate the knowledge that you guys are bringing to the table, man. Y'all input, because we are not, even though we know enough, we don't know everything.
Nope.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about learning. I love that because I can sit back and learn something like, yo, I never knew. Like those different variances of those Shepherd Malinois type dogs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Never had a clue. The different variances of the Saint Bernard. Didn't have a clue. You know what I mean? But I get it. I understand it when you break it down, though, Young Ready. I understand why they did it. That's why I was asking those questions, because I comprehended. I can see why I might want to do a variant.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
So that makes sense to me. And for the dogmen of the old who have those Hall of Fame type dogs, we're not talking about dogs that just walk around in the show ring. We over here talking about performance dogs, okay? What are you working a job? Right. You working, you're doing a job, whatever that job is. We talk about those type of dogs. So based off of those type of dogs, that's what we base our engineering on, okay? And then the looks come second. And hopefully you can get a combination of great looks and a great performance dog. That's what you, as engineers, that's what we're supposed to be trying to do. But that's very hard to do, to get great on the looks and great on the performance. That's very hard.
Yeah.
But that's why we are who we are, because we really striving for that shit. We striving for that shit. You know, we might have to take something outside to bring it in. We might have to do that. And we're okay with that. And I can get, the money I want because of the dog. You see the dog, you want the dog. Now, if I tell you how it was bred, are you still not going to buy it? No, you're like, I don't care how it's bred. I want the dog. That's what you're going to tell me.
I want the dog, yeah, regardless.
That's what you're going to tell me. I don't care how it's bred. I don't care. I want that dog. Okay, cool. I need 10,000, whatever you want to call it, 2,000. Motherfuckers who want the dog, they're going to give you the bread. They're going to give you that money.
Yep.
And that's how we should see what we're doing with our program. If you're making them type of dogs that people look at, people see, or let's say they come to your yard and you got these dogs and everybody's like, oh, your partners, whoever, all of your dog man enthusiasts that love dogs, they come to your yard and they're just like, whoa, bro, you got some shit over here. Yeah, I do, man. You know what? How I cooked it up.
Yeah, it ain't even how I cooked it up. Like, yeah, you like how I cooked that up, huh? You like how I cooked that up, huh? So, yeah, you see what I'm saying? Because, like, man, I get that feeling all the time, bro. Motherfuckers be seeing my shit. I be like, man, shit, I cooked that motherfucker up right in this motherfucker.
Yeah. And take pride in that. You know what I mean? Like,
take pride.
Hey, fellas, man, I'm on 4%, man. It's been good, man. So what you go every Thursday or something like? You go live?
Thursday, man. 6:15 PST, Pacific Standard Time, man. So yeah, every Thursday we go live.
Okay, then, fellas, it's been good, man. It's been good talking to all y'all. But I'm gonna tune in next week for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Thanks for coming on.
Salute.
All right, now y'all take care, fellas.
Yes, sir. Salute.
All right.
Well, with that being said, man, let's wrap this thing up. Let me give everybody a shout out in the chat. You know what I mean, man? Great cook up, like always, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like like I said, you go back. We got some good classroom shit, man. And it all plays right now. It plays. The things that we talk about is playing today. It's not things of the past. It's talking about it's talking about today. So if you're paying attention, you're taking your notes. Not only that, you're applying the things that we're talking about. You seeing the math play out. You're like, okay, then you know why our classroom is so important for us top tier engineers. You know what I'm saying? This is important because this is how we're going to make better dogs.
Right.
And I'm so looking forward to the show and tell of these Formula One Bulldogs, man. Oh, I want to talk my shit. And I'm going to be talking my shit.
This is week 5 or week 6?
Think so. Close to week 5. Let's see. They were born on
Christmas. You said a month last week.
So they were born on Christmas.
That's the 25th?
The 25th. Yeah, they're born on the 25th of December.
So they got probably what? One more day for a month?
I mean, if
A
if
month
that adds up to exactly 4
officially,
weeks, if that
or
adds,
there'll be a month and a week, a month and 2 weeks, going on 2 weeks.
I got to do the math. But I know they're born on Christmas,
In like 5 weeks.
so they
Because
be going on.
last week you said they
5 in
4
between.
weeks.
Five
What's the
five and a
calendar
half
say?
weeks sound like 5.5 weeks sound like
It's about 5.5 weeks. Says the calendar.
that might be it. About 5.5 weeks, because it's the 23rd today.
Yeah.
So they 5.5 weeks now. I gotta look at the calendar, man.
I think 5.
You're going on 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going on 5. Okay, so they're going on 5 because I said there was 4. Okay, so cool. They're getting ready to hit that 5 piece. So yeah, man. Oh man, I can't
They
wait to talk my shit.
they walking around and got their eyes open.
Oh yeah, they walking around. They turn into bulldogs, man. You know.
They turned into bulldogs already. It's just only
Yeah,
a matter of time.
yeah, they turn into bulldogs, man. So I'm looking forward for that show and tell. You know, so I can talk my shit.
They gonna be
Is this
ready to
what
go outside.
you said when you pick them up, they snarling, right?
Man, as soon as I open the door, they over there going crazy. I open the door, they hear that door open. They doing that shit.
Oh, they
man.
going out like that.
I mean, shit. Shout out to Red Tiger.
Man, you got all the males in there.
I sure do, man. I sure do.
Oh, you got a
It's
cold
beast.
coalition in there.
And the variance is nice too. That's shout out to the variances. The
Yeah.
variances of them is nice too because they all, they got their own, but their own is on a level. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like that they got a variant, but they vary everybody,
Man,
with
coach, you might be holding on to them. I ain't lying. You might be.
no, I already got the DNA. All I need is a female. That's it.
That's all you need. Yeah, shoot
I need to carry on Tigress. That's what I
man.
need.
Ooh,
That's
that's how
all
you trying to do Tigers.
I need to carry on a Tigress so I'm gonna take that female to Pink Panther.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that to Pink Panther so I can double on that Tigress DNA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I can. I'm looking forward to that show and tell. You know what I mean? Y'all see, y'all will see, obviously, but
Is
yeah,
we
y'all.
doing that next week?
I might do a little show and tell this weekend. I might, depending on if I can get my wife to help me. You know what I mean? Maybe do a stack, but I might wait till the following week to do the stack when they officially like 6 weeks old.
Okay.
That's normally when I do it. I do the first stack when they about 6 weeks, and then from there every week I do a stack.
Hey, you ever seen a person give like regular bulldogs or different type of bulldogs clipped ears? Like they do it pits and shit?
Yeah, like one of the males that I have from Buff Dogs, they clipped his ears. Which made him. They clipped his ears and his tail, which made him look like a boxer.
Yeah,
But
they look like a boxer.
Yeah, but he's American Bulldog though.
Okay, that's crazy.
I don't see why they docked the tail though.
I mean, Tigress's tail was docked. I mean, that's how I bought her with a docked tail. I mean, it's just preference.
That's some luck.
Yeah.
I think that be like taking a balance away when you.
Yeah, I think it does take their balance away. I think it does, but some dogs don't need it, like the Rottweiler.
I like the rot with the tail.
I don't like the rot with the tail.
But like I said, I never noticed no difference as far as balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't notice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I never noticed a difference as far as them not being able to move, and I just never noticed.
That was a myth, like back in the day and shit.
They docked it.
It was like all for show and shit.
Yeah. They docked it on the board, don't they?
And with this, some dogs get born with kink tails.
Yeah, king tails. Yeah, you gotta dock that shit.
So then they dock it because that happens.
Right.
So then watch this. You see that happen, and you like, oh, I kind of like that look. Then you start docking them shits.
Yeah.
So I would say it happened for a reason. Even with the ear cropping, I'm sure it was a reason why they cropped them ears. It wasn't first cosmetics.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's like, oh, I like that look. So then they crop them. You know what I mean? So I think everything started with a purpose behind it. But then, of course, when you start to like shit, you're like, fuck it, let's just do it all for the, I like to look, let's roll the dice. Let's do it. There's no true
Yeah.
purpose behind it at the end of the day, unless, there was,
Right.
and which we would never know. But yeah, I think that Doc and Tail, matter of fact, I know the Doc and Tail is just cosmetic. Or kink tail. That's how you hide a kink tail.
That's how you hide the king. Yeah.
So it is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward. But let me shout everybody out in the chat. We got Nell Mac, big salute to you, man. Thank you for showing up again. Cooper, make sure you check your messages before you press send, Coop, so we can understand what you're really trying to say.
That was
Carolina
false.
Blue, big salute. Show enough. Big salute, family. Who else we got up in here? Who else? Tony has done it again. Big salute, Tony. We got Merc Dog, man. Thank you for participating in the chat, Merc Dog. Much love and respect. We got Big Chris, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for clarifying the outcross and the crossbreed, man. You are correct when it comes to that. So big salute to you on that. Who else we got? Who else do we have? Yellow One already, man. Thank you for showing up in the panel, man. Appreciate you, Yellow. Students for Life Dogs, man. Big salute, family. Who else do we got? Blue Line, Big Bill. Big salute to you, family. Dogman Don, salute, fam. Who else we got up in this piece? Who else do we got? That don't want to miss nobody. Against the grain bullies, man. Big salute to you, family. What else do we got? That is everybody. And big salute to y'all, the panel, man.
See
Y'all
that name
Yes, sir.
up there. Haas Delgado. You said that?
Who?
Haas Delgado.
Oh, shit, man. Haas Delgado, man. Salute to the panel for the checks and balances. Big salute to you, Haas. Thank you, Young Ready.
All right.
You know what I mean? But, yo, much love and respect to y'all. Great cook up. I was glad. I was honored to be in y'all's classroom. I learned a lot today. Thank you for educating me.
And, you gotta give us a grade, Coach.
Huh?
You gotta give us a grade, man. What we get?
All y'all is top tier to me.
So we get A or we get an A minus.
Man, y'all get an A, man.
All right.
Y'all know what y'all talking about, man. If y'all was on some jibber jabber, I wouldn't even ask the question. I wouldn't even have this as a topic. You know what I mean? Right, straight up and down. Like if it didn't perk my interest, I wouldn't even have brought it up. But as soon as that was brought up, as soon as Young Ready kind of mentioned what he mentioned, and of course I see y'all always cooking. You know what I mean? Big Jaw, all y'all be cooking. So I'm like, man, this is gonna be a great topic. I already told Young Ready
y'all cooked. Y'all cooked.
Y'all thought Ja was gonna come in here because
where he at anyway?
Up.
He ain't even get on.
I know.
He be talking a lot. Don't never get on.
Yeah, I know he be cooking too. But I knew that you guys had something educational for us, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn, and I was very excited about this conversation, this topic. And I know I told you before.
This was a hot topic. I can't lie.
What'd you say, Durham?
I ain't really have much to say. That was really Ready cooking. Ready hit it. Like
we might have to do this topic again, on another time, but like a part 2 to this, because we could still
it's a top prop. Yeah,
get into this.
Yeah.
Okay, then make sure that Big Job
topic.
Make sure that Big Job come on, and then just slide in my DM, Young Ready, and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying, Coach, run it back, and I'll run it back.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, we can do that. It's so much. So much we can learn. So many different things, and then we can elaborate more on like the why. Like that's the big thing. Like why did they do it?
Yeah.
Like that'll be so interesting. So I agree. We definitely got to run this back. This could be a series at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot commodity topic. I ain't gonna lie, I like this topic.
Yeah, you came in cooking, man.
Yeah. You sure did, Corey.
You came in cooking.
I ain't gonna lie, I like this topic. This topic was it.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep doing this and keep doing it well. But you know, like I said, be safe out there, man. I love y'all, appreciate y'all, and just, you know, shit, man. Let's keep doing what we doing, man. Setting the bar
Definitely.
high.
One love, everybody. One love.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Salute, fellas. We out.
Yes, sir. Holla at y'all boys later.
That's right.
Peace.
Peace.